You bet your ass that I'm gonna yell at you. You bet your ass that I'm going to yell at you and lower Spotify. You bet your ass that I'm gonna yell at you. What do you mean I don't care? And what do you mean cancel Dolce? What have I done? God forbid that a girl believes that Christmas songs can be both. Sad Christmas songs have a right to exist. Free my sister. Free my sister, sad Christmas song. Also, my microphone yesterday was so loud. Um, Guys, if I ever start peaking, feel free to let me know. Be like, Frankie, shut the fuck up. Frankie, shut the fuck up. Also, I got a new eyeliner. Ignore this eye. I fucked this eye. It's because I have a. Is it this eye that I have a scar? Or is it this one? I think it's this one. I don't know. Whichever one looks the worst. Actually, I think it's this one, and this one I think looks the best. Doesn't matter. Hi, everyone. Happy 22nd. It's Christmas Eve Eve. How does the Friends thing go? It's Christmas Eve Eve Eve. How does the Friends meme go? Or is it it's Happy Christmas Eve Eve? Happy Christmas Eve Eve Eve. Am I right on that one? Jokes on ya. I like it when they yell at me. I don't. I don't want to yell at you. I don't want to yell at you. But happy 22nd of December, everyone. Christmas is fast approaching. Christmas is fast approaching. And I'm very excited to see my baby Diana. I'm so excited to see my bestie. Also, what was happening with the 6-7 before I joined? I know I'm late. I apologize. And if you say 6-7 again, I'm going to change my schedules. No. I'm going to change my fucking schedules. I will. I am petty enough that I'm going to change my schedules. I don't know how. Thank you, Kat. Sorry about that. No, but it's deserved. The mods do like abusing their powers. I mean, that's not abuse of power, you know. I think I asked for it. It's warranted. How are you doing? No, how are you doing? Kato, how are you doing? Maisie, congrats on getting third. Dante, you flopped just a little bit less today. You flopped just a little bit less today, Dante, darling. Congrats on getting second. Am I correct to assume that your internet is back? Is that correct to assume? Oh, you allowed because it's Cat. If it had been no one else would have done it. No one else would have done it. Dante, 10 stream streak, and you don't even include a message on the stream streak. Who are you? I do not know you. Kato, I do care. Thank you so much for the 10 stream streak. Thank you so. How many stream streaks? What's my stream streak on yours? Also, my neck is really hurting. Every time I wear this like sports bra, my neck fucking hurts, and then I get a migraine. But it's also very comfortable. So I don't know. Other than the part on the back, everything else is very comfortable. I feel like I have a lot. I did so much today. I'm exhausted. I went to town. I went to the city. Jesus Christ. The city was so busy for a Monday. Remember when I was telling you guys yesterday, I'm not going on a Sunday because it's going to be super busy because it's a weekend leading up to Christmas. People don't work. It's like people don't want to work these days. I'm joking, by the way. I don't mean... it's like people don't want to work these days. Why was everyone and their mothers in the middle of town doing Christmas shopping? Why wasn't I the only one? Zoe! Oh my god. One more and use gets pin of shame, my darl. One more. Oh, I shipped your postcard today. How are you doing, Zoe Bobia? Yeah, you're now Zoe Bobia. Should the surnames of all my wives be Bobia? Because, like, Queen calls Chia Bobia, and it's just stuck around. So it's Homie Bobia, Zoe Bobia, Cato Bobia, Chimmy Bobia, Floppy Bobia, Dreamers Bobia, Holly Bobia, I'm forgetting one. I'm forgetting one, wifey. Mochi Bobia. I can't wait for you to pin me. You're taller than me, darling. I don't think I'll be the one doing the pinning. Okay, question chat. I also did some shopping for myself today as a Christmas present that I've been saving up. Do you guys want a haul? It's makeup and skincare. Would you guys like a haul of what I got? Because I have some things on my face, and I'm very happy with the makeup that I got. I'm very, very happy. And also I've got my Daddy's Girl mug today. I need a tea today. I was singing Golden in the morning, and that's just not something you do. I saw Lil Squish today. They're happy with everything with her. Wait. What? No, Zoe. No, Zoe was her. Zoe, I thought we were supposed to do a baby gender reveal. Who is she? You want to see her? She is me. She is you. I'm very happy that the doctors are very happy with you and that nothing is going on other than good things. Wait, didn't you message me? I just haven't opened the Discord messages. I have like 7 messages. Oh, look a little squish. Look a little. I have no idea what's going on. I'm seeing the scans and I have no idea what's going on. So when are we doing baby gender reveal? Are we doing it in the new year? Because you haven't revealed the gender of the baby. Clearly, you haven't. She is stunning, darling. I can't wait to put some makeup on. Yeah. Yeah. If you delete my message, I don't have the remote with me. No, because I wanted to do a little. No, I have something in my mind. I have something in my mind that I want you to wait, if that's okay. It's not my baby, but I would like to surprise you with something that I've been working on in my mind. It's nothing too grand, don't worry. But yeah, yeah. Is that okay? We can wait and nothing has happened? No doesn't know anything. Cat doesn't know anything. Who else here doesn't know anything? No one will yeah, that's so true. And we're all such good liars. We're all like really good. Oh, I forgot to put guys, I forgot to do my brows. That's what's missing. I forgot to do my brows. I was feeling something's a little bit naked in this look. I didn't brush my brows. There's drinking between now and then. Yeah, everyone's going to get drinking amnesia. That's so true. Fluffy! I don't know anything either. What are you talking about? 5 stream streak. Hi, my love, mi amor. Thank you so much for being here from the stream streak. Wow, a stream streak. Wait, do you do your brows? I'll show you what I do with my brows.
Evil seed of what you've done germinates within you.
Sorry, I couldn't find my gel brow. Okay, I grabbed this from NYX that has a little bit of tint to it. Take the excess off. If you see anything, because this is a bit reflective, don't mind me. And then I literally just like do like this, go against the grain of the hair, then I just brush. I cut these hairs a little bit too short, so it's going to be weird. And then usually I apply a little bit like of excess by accident, so I just try and brush it off. And then I literally just do this. That's it. That's what's happening. Who's hot? I cut it too short, man. I'm annoyed at myself. Then I just grab the other one and I do the same on the other brow. I'm lazy with my brows. I couldn't find. I have a clear one that I get my brows done at Benefit, cause there's a girl there that knows how I like my brows. She knows how to work my brows, and I love my D, my aesthetic. No, not to get confused with my best friend D, but the lovely D that waxes my legs and my coochie. She's an amazing aesthetician. I would trust her with my world, but I'm sorry, there is only one person that I trust, and it's this girl from Benefit. Oh, she's so good with my brows. Oh, you got Tinito! You got Tinito, no. And yeah, so because I get it done at Benefit, and the girl is so nice, she usually gives me like a little bit of thing for free, and she gave me the Benefit gel brow, the one without color, but I couldn't find it. That's what I do. What did I miss? Oh no, you got my son. Imagine doing your brows. That's so true. Okay, I want to show you guys my haul, and yes, I will be playing Overwatch. Also, where's Conde? Oh, Conde redeemed the daily banana collector, didn't he? You might be poor, but you already have your name in my other son's bum. Where's egg roll? I don't even know where egg roll's been. Okay, I've already opened some stuff, but I got brown eyeliner because the one from Maybelline was it's just funky. It's just funky. Cond was saying 6'7" with me. Yeah, he was. Don't say it again. I want to go in egg roll's bum. You can go in egg roll's bum. You can if you want. You can redeem it. And I've already put you in egg roll's bum. I'm pretty sure. Try and redeem it. I'm pretty sure I have put you in egg roll's bum. Okay, I got this brush, this eyeliner from Babia. Wait. Babia. Oh my god, I absolutely love this eyeliner. Dolce, has someone never done her brows, so I need makeup on them. Where are you going? No, you don't need makeup on them, but I do, as in like pencil, unless you want to fill in some gaps. Like I have some gaps like around here that could do with a pencil, but I genuinely can't be bothered. I don't like using powder on brows. Even with a really thin brush, I don't. I would prefer a really fine pencil. More times than not, I'll find that a colored gel brush, a colored thing like this will just do the trick. And this one is good. It's not the best one I've used. My eyebrows are thick though. I hate them. You don't hate your brows. Your brows are lovely. Oh yeah, you're just at 7 o'clock. Vai para casa, mulher. Vem para casa, vem para casa. Despacha-te e vai com cuidado. E vai com cuidado. I love this eyeliner. Like, it's a brown eyeliner, but for me, black eyeliner is just too much. And I think this looks like a black eyeliner, but it's not as harsh. And I like that. Supermom saying, quite true. English only. I was saying that yesterday. Con and I were speaking in Spanish during our Overwatch game, and I was mentioning And I was asking, where is Zoe? Where's Zoe at? We need her to be here to be like, English only, please. English only, please. And then, yeah, so this is from Babia. This is all from Pure Soul, which is a new Korean. Hola, Nina! Hola, niña! Hola, niña! Hola, chico! ¿Cómo estás? So Pure Soul open in the city. So I've been saving a little bit of money to go and treat myself, and I want to go back next month with my friend Nina. Nina, not Nina. Not the So everything basically in my makeup was going like to shit. My mascara ran out and it was drying. And if you know me, I'm always like, don't use your mascara for over 6 months because that's the expiry date, and mascara can really fuck up your eyes. I never really listen to myself, do I? So I got a new mascara, and this is a stunning warm brown mascara. You look at that color. I love it. That color is stunning. And this one, all the I doesn't really have the brand. It was really weird. They only had one section of makeup, and it was quite small. I don't know where this one is from though. It only says All Day Long and Curl Mascara. I don't know the brand. I imagine it's just. I think it's just Pure Soul's mascara brand. 7 stream streak! When did you miss a stream? When did you miss a stream? I might have fallen asleep because I was an EP girl. When was that? Oh, yesterday. You're fine, my love. You're fine. And then my favorite part of this look today were these lips. And how were these lips made, you ask? Well, I use my favorite pencil of all time, which cost £3 because I'm a bougie girl and I only spent £3 on lip liners. Actually, I think expensive lip liners is like expensive mascaras. They're a scam. You don't need expensive lip liners and you don't need expensive mascaras. You don't, because the formula doesn't take up a lot. It's quite cheap to make lip liners, good lip liners and good mascaras. Anyways, I get this one from Barry M, and I have like all of the nude colors because that's it. That's it. Barry M is where the heat is at with lip liner. I still have one from like 2017. Crazy. And then I got, oh my god, ever since Ariana Grande started releasing those lip plumps and she wears them all around towns and everything during the weekend premiere, I've been wanting a lip plumber, and there you go. I got a lip plumber. And this shit plumps. This shit plumps. I'm telling you. What's the brand? I think it's just from Pure Soul. They're not really branded. It's called Keep in Touch. And the color is called Sparkling 8. And yeah. And it pumps. Pure Soul, Pure Soul, Pure Soul. Can you please sponsor me? Can you please sponsor me? Pure Soul, please sponsor me. Please. Please. I want to be an influencer. I want to be an influencer. Like, please sponsor me. Also, the ladies were all so lovely. Like, I know they're doing their job and they have to be lovely. I've worked in customer service. But, you know, they don't have to be as lovely as they were. And they were all so helpful. And yeah, okay. So yeah, I went to Pure Soul. Please sponsor me. Please sponsor me. I beg. So my exfoliant has not been working. My skin is an absolute shambles. Although I think that's because I haven't been cleaning my makeup brushes. I cleaned them today though, after I came back home. So I got myself a nourishing mascara and like a mask. What's up, Bobby? Bobby, you stream? Can we get a shout out for us, so Bobby, please? Hi, Bobby. I was just doing a little bit of a haul because I went to Pure Soul, which is a Korean makeup and skincare store. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for the raid. Hi everyone. My name is Dolce or Frankie. I forgot my name. Or Francesca or Milky's. I really appreciate the raid, my love. What were you playing? You were playing Marvel Rivals. How did it go? Who do you main? Thank you. I was just doing a bit of a wee haul. I just showed the makeup and now I'm just showing the skincare. So I got myself a mask because my skin has been going through it and I'm going to probably wear it tomorrow morning. How are you doing? How did the games go? And then I got 2 more products. So my facial exfoliant, I use the 2% BHA from Paula's Choice. And that for years, since like 2020, has been my ride or die exfoliant. For my body, for my, like, for, especially in the back where I get a bit like acne. Hi, Jimmy! As Bobby raided, my Bobby came downstairs to me. Bobby and Bobby, Bobby and Bobby. Bobby and Bobby. Did he think I was calling him? That is. Hi, Bobby. Jimmy, how are you? I love you. Welcome in. Welcome in. You are now. All of my wives' surnames are now Bobia. So you are Chimmy Bobia now. Just so you know. I'm in game mode. I've got. Wishing all the luck, my bro. Wow, that was so cringe. I apologize. That was really cringe. Moving on. You got this. Win that game. But yeah, I got the Paula's Choice exfoliant, but I'm just going to keep using it on my body. I think it's way too aggressive on my skin, and it doesn't do what I need it to do, which is tackle my pores, and it's just not doing that. So to calm down my skin, I got the Heartleaf capsule serum because I wanted azelaic acid, and this is from a Beeb. It's a huge Korean brand. Where are the scissors at? No scissors in this gay household. It's always a thing. It's always a thing. I never have any scissors. Never. Hold up. How's your day going, Timmy? Yeah, so this is kind of like an exfoliant serum. And I am the... You are so true. You are so true. You are so right. What is happening to my English today? I am the scissors. Diva down. You can borrow mine if you like. Well, thank you. All right, how's it spelled? So I'll get my name right. B-O space B-I-A. Chia Bobia. Caro Bobia. Zoe Bobia. Chimo Bobia. Chimi Bobia. Floppy Bobia. Dreamers Bobia. Mochi Bobia. I'm forgetting someone. Holly Bobia. And I think that's all of my wives so far. I'm just hangry a bit. Takeaway time? Oh, this is depressing. I apologize, chat. Okay, this is also depressing. Why did I add depressing songs? This is also depressing. Phoebe Bridgers is why did I add Phoebe Bridgers to the fucking... There you go, Mariah Carey. So this has azelaic acid. Don't want a love for Christmas. Cordata extract, which is kind of like a vitamin C, but not... I'm a vitamin C hater. I'm a vitamin C hater, personally. I think if you're going with vitamins, you could get the benefits of vitamin C without the hyperreactions, the bad reactions that a lot of people do with vitamin C. And you could get a lot more benefits with retinol or retinade, which is basically the same thing, just differently extracted. Yeah, cordata, and then I don't know how to say the second one, and then asiatic acid, which is kind of like a centella extract, and then madacasic acid. I don't know what that is, to be honest. I haven't. But yeah, hopefully this will help my, cause like, yeah, it's been really bad. I've covered it up, like I literally like spot concealed it, and then the grand reveal. I've been wanting this product for a good while. And if you know me, you know I like the twin Welsh brothers. Do you guys know James Welsh and Robert Welsh? Actually, I have crazy lore. They're like huge. I'm sure some of you know James Welsh and Robert Welsh. I used to be neighbors with Robert Welsh. And he also streams on Twitch. Okay, this is actually like, I really hope he never sees this. I really hope he never sees this. Okay, what noodles have you got? Hi, Alpha! Welcome in, darling. Can we get a shout out for Alpha, please? How you doing? I was just doing a bit of a wee haul of the skincare and makeup that I did. And I was just talking about uh Robert Welsh and James Welsh, which are, well, Robert is a makeup artist, and they both are like huge YouTubers, and James Welsh is a skincare content creator. Thank you for the shout out, guys. Go follow Alpha. He also plays Overwatch. I saw you posting earlier, and I saw the description. I haven't seen the photos though, because I was just jumping on stream. Is everything okay with the puppies? Well, the puppy and the big whiskey in it. So James Welsh is banging on about this product, which is like a sebum cleanser. It's an exfoliant in a way, but basically, oh, where are the scissors at? There you go. So won't you bring me the one I really need? Won't you please bring my baby to me? Okay, so it comes with like cotton pads. Like, it comes with cotton pads that have like the shape of your, like, this area of the cheeks and your nose. And what you do, you put the product in one of the pads, and then you just leave it there. And the results that he's shown are really good. And I have combination skin, and I'm really oily in this area, like really oily, and I get a lot of you know, like sebum and like excess oil and blackheads in my nose, on my nose and here. And BHA is supposed to take care of it, but as much as I love Paula's Choice, I can't recommend that exfoliant anymore. At least not for me. It's not worked for what I need it to work. And that's about that. Also, is my Jewel playing tonight? Is my Jewel playing tonight? Oh, guys, I was talking yesterday. I was mentioning, well, specifically to Queen, because she is an artist and she loves artsy stuff. I finally got watercolor pens, like brushes. Wait, not brushes. I'll show you. So this is the. Do you guys remember the book that Soy got me at TwitchCon? So I've been wanting to start it for, well, since I returned from Rotterdam. You guys remember? Just like the watercolor thingy. It's very cute. I've already started doing some. Do not judge my skills. I suck at watercolor. I am learning. But I got actual, like, brush pens. And someone told me, someone told me that the best way to use this is to actually, like, grab a separate brush and just wet the paper a bit before you dive in. And I got, like, these are watercolor brushes. And I think my train ride to Nottingham on the 24th is very much either going to be Caleb fanfiction that I already have pre-downloaded on my Kindle, or this. Mind you, I suck at it. That's fine. Well, welcome in. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. How you doing? Finally, I got a streak. Which one? 5-stream streak. You had a 3-stream streak. I remember this. They're both fine. Whiskey was being a meanie in the beginning, but at the end he was being sweeter. Going back, he's just, you know, he's a bit jealous. Bobby saying you, welcome in. How do I, Naya G? Naya G, is that correct? Feel free to correct me, darling. Welcome in. It's so lovely to have you here. We're going to do Overwatch in just a bit. I'm just doing a haul of the makeup and skincare that I got. And the watercolor brushes. That my soybeans. Okay, she gave me this. Also, I love the drawings. I'm obsessed with these drawings. I'm going to absolutely murder them once I start going in and painting them. But I've been in love with these, and it's just taken me months to start them. Look at this. It's so cute. Oh, I love it. It's like is that a fox or a dog? It looks like a fox. like a fox. It's like it's telling a story. I don't know. Yeah, it feels like this is telling a story. It'll be interesting to see. Like, the more I look into it, it feels like it's a story. They have to paint. Very cute. Very cute. You forgot. No, I don't think you did. I don't think you did. I think it was during the Resident Evil streams. Because I remember. Maybe I don't remember. I have terrible. I have an idea that you had one. I have a slight idea. But don't forget, this is only my... I came back last week. I streamed yesterday. Well, maybe I am wrong. Maybe I am wrong, darling. Don't you mind me. Don't you mind me. That was it. That was it, guys. I'm very happy, especially with the eyeliner and the lip plumper. Especially with those. Where's my duo? You could always stop off in my town on the way. I could. I'm gonna visit you the next year. I want to visit you next year. If you accept me. I know where you live. I know where you live. I could just be like, knock, knock, knock. And you'd be like, who's there? And I'd be like, Dulce these. And you'd be like, Dulce these who's? Dulce these not. Okay, Frank, you're a 27-year-old woman. Behave. Are we ready for Overwatch? Do you guys want to see something? I just wanted to show you guys, Caleb. Sorry. I just wanted you guys to see Caleb. Isn't he a cutie? Isn't he a cutie? Yeah, Whiskey is very jealous of others. He just wants all the attention. I mean, look at him. He is a diva. Dolce D is not, yeah. But look at Whiskey. He is a diva. He is absolutely a diva. Where's my duo? Wait. Boy, that package is too big to gift wrap. Woke up this morning, thought I'd write a Christmas. Conde, get your ass on the Discord. Oh, Conde. If we all yell Conde loud enough, do you think he'll listen? She's so hot. Oh my god, you guys can't see it. Wait, you guys just can't see it. You guys can see it. She's so hot. Oh, Conde! Oh, Conde! Oh, Conde! Vem a mãe, Conde. If only you guys spoke Portuguese. Dolce, I am waiting. I'm not a very patient person. I'm not going... If you don't come here, I'm not going to mark the notifications as seen. Ooh, what have I got on Juno's? Copy! 75 bananas. 75 bananas. How's your weekend going? Weekend? I like, because I was working on Saturday. I think today is Sunday. But yesterday was Sunday. And yesterday for me was my Saturday. Why the fuck do I have... I love a cabbage, but why the fuck is a cabbage with... What does this have... What does... Challenge from the Avatar Last Airbender event? When was... Rue? When was this? Chad and Dolce. When a guy says he doesn't like posting when you mention... Wait. Okay, advice time! Welcome to advice... Welcome to advice stream. When a guy says he doesn't like posting, when you mention him posting you, but then posts himself with his best friend, is that a red flag? Wait. So you ask him, is this for you or for, does that matter? No, but am I fighting someone? Because if it's you, it's going to be personal. So I'm like, it's for you. Okay, so... Let me see if I got this right. So, you've asked him about the possibility of him posting you on his feed, on his Instagram. Is that correct? Did I get that right? My weekend was a nightmare. The last month. Oh my god, darling, I imagine. Oh, darling, I imagine. Are you. Okay, question. Do you want me to remove Mariah Carey from the Christmas playlist? Because I can do that. If you want me to, like, I can like tell me any songs that you're tired, cause I know I got tired of Camila Cabello's songs when I worked in retail, and I'm very serious. But I'm sending you a lot of love, and I hope at least you're getting like some overtime in. Okay, 8 months. Okay, 8 months. Um, so he posts. So he's not comfortable with posting you on his feed, and that's something you voice that you want. But he is comfortable posting with his best friends. Is that a red flag? Would you like my advice in the form of something I've gone through? Because personally, that's I've gone through something similar like this. Um, but if not, let me know, because I do have opinions about that. Yes, please. Okay. So a bit of Frankie lore. I had a very toxic relationship with a guy, and it didn't last a long. It was back in Portugal. Um, and it wasn't just specific this situation, but um what happened was we both posted the same picture on Instagram, and he had like a lot, like he had thousands of followers on his Instagram. He didn't do shit. He wasn't an influencer, but he just had loads of followers. And we posted the same picture of each other, and basically the post bombed. À la poubelle. Basically, the post bombed, and he literally told me straight to my face, I am never posting you ever again. People do not care about you. And clearly people don't, like, I'm sure this is not what's going on. And then I voiced to him, I would like that you posted me occasionally. I really hope that he's not done this to you, but I'm going to be so real with you and relate to what you're going through. It fucking sucks. If you voice they would like some recognition, that is 100% fair. That it's not something personally I desire these days. I actually like keep, other than mentioning like really old relationships on stream, I don't post about my relationships on Instagram or anything. But that's just me. But if this is something that you voice, that it would make you feel seen and for your partner to recognize you, I think that is 100% fair. I would, however, I don't know the whole situation. I'm not going to jump into conclusions of red flags. I would put it, olha, eu ia pôr aqui, tipo, estás a ver? É uma coisa que ficaria aqui, tipo, you know? Dulce, you need to drone this track. Okay. Okay. And as someone who went through that, you know to deserve better. But at the same time, I am hoping the situation you're going through is not quite what I went through. Give him the benefit of the doubt and talk to him first. Explain to him, look, social media is part of our day today. It's part of everyone's day today. And if you recognize me online, we don't need to be, if it's something you don't want to do, which is, if you want to be posting on the daily, that is something you guys will have to agree between yourselves. If you guys just want to post each other occasionally, agree between yourselves, but talk to him and say, this that I want would make me feel seen. And I can see that you are more comfortable recognizing your friendships than you are recognizing me to your family and friends. Why is that? Ou vais sorry pelo português. Sorry for a second. Ou vais pô-lo entre a espada e a parede e ele vai ficar assim, tipo... Se ele começar a empatar muito, I would say that's a red flag. If he starts hesitating a lot once you confront him with that, I would take that as a potential red flag that he's not getting to the bottom of the situation. And whatever other answer that he gives you, you have to trust trust your original wish. Do not let him or anyone else, if this is what you want, and not in an excessive manner of I want you to post me every day, because I personally don't think that would be healthy. If all you want is the recognition of him recognizing you to the public, you are free to voice your wish, and you are free to communicate that to him to get to the bottom of the situation. Do not let him, can I say that we use the word gaslight? Don't let him gaslight you into not wanting that for yourself, or don't how do I say this? Don't let him make you believe that you don't want this, okay? Don't if you want something, communicate to him. But also, communication goes both ways. But at the same time, I think if he's going to do that, he wants to do that. And then if he doesn't want to do that, you have to have a serious conversation of why that is. And the conversation, and like, that's a different topic. I'm not going to jump to conclusions and be like, this is a red flag. He could have a reason as to why he doesn't want to post you. Like, I don't want to post, I'm not in a relationship, I'm going to say that. But if I were to be in a relationship, I'm not going to be posting that on Instagram. But I personally would communicate that to the other person. And it just seems that that person is, that guy is not communicating that to you. Ele simplesmente não pode empatar. He can't hesitate. You have to be, if that's something you want, don't let him gaslight you into believing that you don't want it and that it's something stupid that you're voicing, which I don't think it's stupid. It's something that you want, especially when done in a healthy manner. But also try and understand why he doesn't want to do that. And if he doesn't want to do that for whatever for really stupid reasons, that's a different topic that you have to make a decision based on. If he's stupid about it, I'd say dump him. But I'd give him the benefit of, oh my god, guys, growth. A year ago, I would have told him to I would have told you to dump him. Communicate. It's important. I hope that's clear, darling. And I hope that helps. I hope that helps. And I hope he wants to recognize you. I hope you guys work it and he wants to recognize you. I don't want anyone to be breaking up with partners here and there. I want things to be resolved. In 2026, gang, let's communicate. This is grand. I'm also terrible at expressing my feelings, and I recognize that, but let's all communicate in 2026. I do get both sides. You do want to see the partner showing you off occasionally, like, hey, this is my partner. Why does Spotify stop? This is my partner. I love them, and she means so much, but at the same time, motherfuckers on social media don't need to know my business like that. Which I think if you want to show people on social media, you can do it in a healthy manner. Like one of my exes, I would post quite regularly. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm going to call myself out. There were a lot of problems in the relationship. I wasn't streaming or anything at the time. Thank you, Chat. No worries, no. And if anyone else disagrees, if no wants more advice, let's just not become like full-on therapy. But I think this is one of those topics that we can all. I worry for you, and I want this to come out in the way. But I think these are the kind of topics that I'm okay discussing because they're important, but they're not like super heavy, you know. So I'm okay with topics like these. But obviously, if you guys have ever want advice that is like from really serious topics, I ask you to like go ask your family or go seek a therapy or something like that. But these, like, darling, for these topics and everyone in chat, I'm happy to talk. I'll head out. Thank you so much. Enjoy your din-dins, Chimmy. But yeah, if the answer from him, he is the one that in this moment has to satisfy. It's like his answer has to satisfy what you want, and not in the sense of he has to do it. Sorry, Rosie, it's too long. Oh my goodness, I have to fucking fix Stream Elements. So Stream Elements deleted messages post, Rosie's post, but I'll read it. You don't even need to post them directly, IMO. You could post like photos without even showing their face. I think it's just a concept of look at this person, I'm proud of them, they're mine. The idea of being seen, being wanted and cared for. That's how I see it for myself personally. That's what Rosie said. Sorry, I need to fix fucking stream elements, man. Where's Conde? Para Conde.
Olá, Ninha.
Opa, estavas aqui o tempo inteiro, caralho, e não dizias nada! You scared me! I got one. I'm tired of people crashing out because we don't have a damn body butter. Okay, but which body butter? Because you guys have really good body butters. Fucking different sales since Black Friday. After three sales. Okay, but which body butter though? I need to know. Because we have a Bath Bath and Body Works in Wales. It's just a regular curcula. That is quite famous. I've tried the one from Lush. It's really good. Yeah. No, I trust you got this, but I feel like I haven't. Like, I hope it helped, but I feel like I want to say something clearer about this because I want you to have someone you deserve, someone worthy of your time, someone that will be, as Rosie said, despite the fact that Stream Elements tried to silence Rosie. Wow, Stream Elements. Like Rosie said, it's about showing someone to your friends and family that you're proud of. You don't have to like show them every day. Like, as I said, I was in a relationship where I was posting that relationship quite regularly and be like all smileys, but then the relationship was quite literally deteriorating, and now I'm the opposite, where I do not speak or don't at least show about my relationships on social media. But yeah, if you want to know, we can move on, but I just want to say you deserve, and I'm not coming to any conclusions about him, I don't know this person. All I want you to believe is that you are worthy of someone's attention and someone's time. That's what I want you to put in your head. And if something's not satisfying you and you feel like you deserve and you've earned more, then let's take it from there and move forward, you know? Why did I queue without Conde? Va, Conde. Are you ready?
No.
Why is Tin screaming in the background? Hold up. What is Tin doing? What is he doing? Wait, what? Guys, that is Tin in the background. That is Tin in the background. What is he doing?
Guys.
He's streaming Pokemon Unite.
Wow. You Orioned, I
Yep,
see.
I Orioned. Oh no.
Interesting. So now I have to invite you back into the group.
Why was he screaming? He's doing
If
nothing.
you wanna. Remind me
I
I'm
don't
trying to get
remember.
rid of
I
this.
mean, not add here.
Okay. I think what Dolce may be trying... Can you accept my request, please, Cont? I think what Dolce may be trying to say, feel free to correct me, is it sounds like you don't want to be... But at least sometimes. And if that's the case, definitely talk to him. Be willing to listen, but also still stand on you, want to be Thank you. That's exactly what I said. And you know, being posted sometimes or frequently, that is such a slippery slope. You know, that is such a slippery slope. I personally like asking my friends if I can post my friends or like whatever, if I can post something before, because I post my friends on social media, but I prefer to ask them if I can post a specific photo as much as I possibly can. Like, I'll ask if it's a picture of us in like just showing our backs. I probably won't ask that. Sorry, guys. Sorry. But yeah, it's a matter of if you both agree to be posting each other, you both willingly have to want to recognize each other. Because if I'm going, if you're gonna ask him, please post me, and he's just like, fine, if you're really, that's not the attitude we want. I think it's fundamental to reach the bottom like literally the reason as to why he might not be one to do that. He might have a legitimate reason.
Humanity
Like,
is
for
shackled.
example,
I hold the key.
I would like to keep my I would like to keep any romantic partnerships off social media. What did Taylor Swift once say? Paris lyrics. Taylor Swift. She said, sorry to quote Taylor Swift, okay? Privacy sign on the door and on my page and on the whole world. Romance is not dead if you keep it just yours. And I abide by these lyrics fundamentally. I abide by these lyrics. Not with my friendships though. I find I be showing my friendships. Sorry, I find I be showing my friendships. Get your purple ass frame out of my fucking screen. Why are you trolling? Fine.
You know what
No,
they
no,
say?
I'm going to play Wu
Just
Yang.
go with the flow.
Yes. Think you
No.
can keep up?
Nope.
Yes.
No.
You look cute though.
Sure.
Nah.
Meow.
Sure.
You have nice something. I'm no better than a man.
We know.
Yeah, the people on YouTube love to call me a femcel. I'm never letting that one die.
Round one.
I'm never letting that one die. I got butt hurt, man.
Let's go smash some heads.
Hi.
Think you can take me? Let's find out.
No worries. I've got you.
I don't know how to play him.
This will help. Nope.
Wow. Wu Yang stops.
Oh my god, shut
Don't let them take
up. I have limited healing.
Your wave heals.
Cascading.
I know! Opa, olha, I'm going to throw myself off the
Opa,
bridge.
olha o quê?
I'm going to throw myself off the bridge!
Go.
I owe you one.
You don't even care.
Feeling okay?
There's one, mate.
Oh.
Come on there.
Drowning him out.
Oh my god, I'm falling. I'm falling. Help, 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 help.
Where are you?
They got us outnumbered.
水流助你。
You could have pinned. Mercy's throwing. Don't jump. Words are definitely hard. Do you know what else is hard?
Oh, that's nice.
Dick. Sorry, Chad. I was being very inappropriate with Chad.
Let's clean off those wounds. I'll rinse you off.
I'm antied.
So is the entire team.
Alright, Captain Obvious.
No worries. I've got you.
Is a sing.
Hey. Cascading.
Dante, you didn't answer me. Is your internet back? Oh my god, he died.
Ride the wave.
Watch here. Stop lagging about and get over here.
Hi. Hey.
Heads up.
What happened?
You can count on me.
Area denial. Here it comes.
心如流水. I'll keep
You
you
can
on your
call me
feet.
babe for the weekend.
Greetings.
Tis the damn season, right this now. Staring at my parents' house. You're all not taking looks real good now.
It's go time.
惊涛拍岸.
Get in there, Bob.
Reverse the tide.
Also, chat, I ate lunch late again. Where are you going? Which means I'll have to... Thank you. I'll have to eat dinner again, which on stream, which is my favorite thing. I love eating in front of people.
Come and get me.
Ai, no caralho. Motherfucker. Queenie, good morning.
I'll get them this time. Ride the wave.
Thanks.
I'm gonna ignore the fact that I just got triple kill.
Sorry?
I'm gonna ignore the fact that I just got triple kill.
How did you get a triple kill? I didn't see.
You can count on me. There's an enemy here.
Enemy here.
Catch me if you can. That time. Nice. Always good to hydrate.
Leave me alone.
What's up, everyone?
Nice.
Nice to see ya.
Dante, when are you coming back to Overwatch? Welcome back, Bobby. That was a long game. I remember, unless we were doing something else. Also, there's an ad in 4 seconds. I'm so sorry. But how was your stream, Bobby? Thank you so much for the raid early, darling. And you brought in a friend as well. Thank you.
I'll go on the straight and narrow when
I'm going to swap.
Or won the law.
Catches up with you.
Same thing.
Morning, Dolce. That is true. It's good evening to you, and
No. No.
it's good morning to you, and good. What time is it for you? 6 a.m. It's 6 a.m. Miss Ma'am. Oh my God, OBS is in the middle. If you
Don't fret. I see you.
glass of milk.
Come here to get healed.
No, I thought I was Kiriko for 1 second.
Enemy in.
Bitch! Thank you.
Thank you, Angela. Take this. Come over here, please. I'll keep you up. Taking damage. That's much better. Over here. Pick up your feet, you drongo. I'm here. Keep fighting. I have you. Keep fighting.
No one can stop me.
Nodding off.
Why am I hindered?
All hostiles neutralized.
Still improving.
Oh, 7 a.m. Trying to find a reason to yell. I do love yelling at you, to be honest. I thought you liked being yelled at.
Healing you.
Unless you don't. Try and stop.
Let's take him to the white.
No recovery.
Why the his shield didn't get him.
Your finest hour.
Some heals, please.
Ryan is gonna stop. Yep,
Ouch.
I saw him lining up.
Stream was good. We wanna win it. Well done! What's your peak? What? I don't know much about heroes, but what role do you main?
I'll end up in Fiji.
Don't stop yelling, no reason. Which is surprising because, like, your type is not yeller. It's like,
I'm under attack.
Leon is not a yeller, you know?
Over there.
Do you wanna go crazy? Do you wanna go crazy?
Please.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Go on. I'm hindered. Oh my god, I'm trapped.
Sit tight.
It's go time.
At least I slept the junker.
This ends now.
You'll have to try
On
harder
Overwatch was-
than that.
Top 500 in North America? Darling, this to me now that I know,
Eyes on
this is the second top 500 player that I know. This is a humiliation ritual to me. This is a
How did
humiliation
that happen?
ritual to me. Quite literally it is. Look at that shit. He pinned me. That was a couple years ago.
Fight in me.
And I bet you could go back to it. The meta hasn't changed that much. I mean, I don't know. I didn't really play Overwatch 1.
To get malice.
وريهم قوتك.
This is humiliating. I'll find out in Resident Evil 9. He's been in enough games that you know if he's a yeller or not, no? What made you stop playing Overwatch? If you, I mean, I assume you don't play it anymore. Or at least you don't play comp. How's you, Dulce? Well, how are you? I'm fine. I treated myself to new skincare, new makeup. Well, my wallet hurts.
You hear what they make satellites out of these days? My ultimate is charging.
تمام.
My ultimate is charging.
تمام.
Sib, I understand. I understand. I didn't want to play Anna, but okay. Hashi! Hi, darling. Can we get a shout out for Hashi? Hashi? How are you doing, darling?
Enough whining. You're fine.
How's your day going? Be answering.
This will cut the pain.
Answering you, Queenie. I'm okay. I went shopping.
Stand up straight.
I finished. So I'm lost. I finished. I got some last minute presents. I needed to get a present for Diana's mom.
So it's for your wounds. Rest up. Hello. Need to reload. أنا ما حدش يقدر عليا. Taking the objective. Support requested.
Are you giving candy out?
No, I was doing the not impressed. There's someone here.
Keep an eye out.
If you won't be here next year. Okay, guys, has everyone got their presents ready? Or if you celebrate Christmas? Do you guys need to do anything else? How's everyone's Christmas plans going along? I need to know for reasons.
Over you.
No one can stop me. Area denied.
Watch here.
Tango in sight.
ازيك. Come over here. I'm on my way.
Come back!
Getting
وقت النوم. أهلا.
game now.
Felt personal.
Enemy here. Help me.
انتوا بأمان.
Clear out. Let me take a look.
Zero brain.
Come to my position.
What is happening?
Come this way, come this way. He's behind you, careful.
We have to defend the point.
شكلي مقلق. You're powered up. Get in there.
Heroes never die.
Yeah! Whoa! Whoa! Pop off! Pop off! No, no, no! You didn't pop off.
Not this time, no.
This is not.
And a diff, to be honest.
Ultimate is charging.
Healing fortified.
I don't know why I did that. I think I have in my mind I'm Kiriko. Did she put you to sleep? All right, Mercy. Pop off.
We're gonna win this game.
Ahlan. Hold on.
Maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. Evacuate.
Conde, vem para trás. Take it.
Ready?
Thank you.
Oh my god. There's a ton of turrets at the top.
Take this. I'm here. Keep fighting.
You started Christmas shopping yesterday? Okay. You started. You started. How is it? Ah! Wow! 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 I hate Symmetra so much. I hate Symmetra so much. GG's. Victory. Oh, we won!
Oh.
We won! What happened? We all died! Confusion. Boop. How did we die? No, how did we win?
I think Quinn must have killed them all.
No, we all died.
No, Quinn is still there.
I'm so confused.
That's on
That's on per, we don't question it. That's a good warm up. Sorry guys, I was so locked in. Wait. Where did I go? Hot 12 bananas. Thank you for the banana, Hoshi. It got stale in a lot of drama, so we dipped. That can happen, to be honest. Me and my girlfriend met through that community. Oh my god, that is so cute. Don't I tell you all the time, guys, that you can meet your life partner on Overwatch? Am I not? I'm not telling you that all the time. That is so cute. She was a GM player, and I believe she was close to top 500 too. Wow. What the fuck
I really
am
want to know if they met in the, the friendly lobbies on custom games.
Okay, also, how did you guys meet? How did you guys meet? In which lobby? Chia? Go take your makeup off. You're a good girl for that. I love you. Okay, I'll admit Dulce can aim. No, I could on Overwatch. I can't anymore. No, sorry, I could on Valorant. I can't on Overwatch anymore. I'm terrible. Oh my goodness. This is hurting. This is hurting. I have to finish yet. I'm gonna finish my mom's tonight. What did you get her? Can you tell us? No, I got yelled at yesterday by my mom because I got everyone's gifts and got myself nothing. Yeah, she did well in yelling at you. Why didn't you get yourself something? Hello, Stan. Wait, which Stan is this? I know so many. Is that the Stan, I think? Did you change your username? Stan! Stan changed his username. I'm just like, is that Stan? D-Stan? D-Stan? But he changed his username. How are you doing? Welcome in. You did change your username, man. How are you doing? What the hell? You got me confused. So lovely to have you here. I swear you still had your old username when you were on Soys like 3 days ago. Chia, I'm going to delete that message. I know what you mean. But it's just so no one takes it out of context. I know what you mean. I know what you mean, darling. But don't separate those words. That's my suggestion. Don't wait. No, I deleted also. I'm sorry, also. That's not what I meant to do. Don't wait. I'm sorry. Pookie Stan. There you go. Sorry, also. Sorry, Bobby. I deleted your message. I'm sorry. I am such a bad self-mod. Wait, it's censored for me. What did you say, Chia? Yeah, don't repeat it. Don't repeat it. Babusi at the scene of the crimes. Actually, funny enough, we both used to coach people. She coached in Paladins. I coach on Overwatch. We met through some mutual streamers. We didn't talk for the first 2 years, and then we started interacting more. And it's been 2 years. Oh, I love Overwatch love and Paladin love. Guys, maybe one day you'll meet your life partner through Twitch. Who knows? Who knows? Especially if you have a Sagittarius rising or a Gemini rising. No, it's definitely a Gemini rising. If you have a Gemini rising, you're more likely, I think you're more likely to meet people online. It's a country. It's a country. She isn't sorry. Who isn't sorry? Me? All I know is I'm a double Virgo and she's a Leo. Ooh.
Buttercup, what do you say?
Stan!
Well, I'm glad you like it. Now, girl.
Stan!
The taste, the smell, the power. I know
Thank you so much, darling. You don't have to do it. Also, have you been making more music? How's the music going? Thank you so much for the gifted to the community. You don't have to. Guys, don't spend money on me. Honestly, it's fine. I appreciate you, though. That emote is cute, though. I like that emote. Oh my god, and the regulars got it as well. Who is Hollyish Bish? I love that username. Love the username. Oh my god, Dante, wake up from the dead. You got a sub. Stan, thank you so much, buddy. I have not been making music, no, but your last track was a bop. Chia was spreading it all around towns and everything. Nope, it's Scorpio. I was wrong. What's a Scorpio? Are you a double Scorpio? Or is she a Leo? Scorpio. Oh, I love a Scorpio. Guys, I need to go piss, girl. Hoshi, thank you so much for the biddies. Sly. Slay. One hit wonder, I guess. No. No, you need to keep at it. Kondu, why were you yelling my name on Discord?
Because you yelled mine.
Alright, tell me. Just turn the call next time. That's all I need from you.
I was already on call.
Yeah, but you didn't say anything. Son. But other than that, Stan, have you been up to anything special? I still have my Pokemon cards in the back. I'm not gonna lie, I fell off Pokemon. It's so sad. I'm gonna head out. Don't worry, have a great one. Thank you so much again for the subbies. I hope you make more music in the future. No pressure, no pressure, no pressure. No pressure. I think Chia's gonna bully you into it, though. Work's been busy. That is good, though. That is good. That can be good. I'm a double Virgo and she's a Scorpio. Now that is interesting. That is interesting. I'd love to know her Venus sign and your Venus sign. Apparently my double Virgo is super bad. No, that doesn't always mean it's bad. I don't know what happened, but I'm Team Kond. He plays Mercy. Darling. Darling.
Sorry.
Darling. Darling, he has...
Don't do that. Oh my god.
Look. He's team everyone. Look at the amount of hours he has in this game. Oh, he's gonna hate me.
If you go to on hero level, if you go to play time, my Mercy hours finally overpassed my Pharah hours.
Oh my god, you used to be. What happened to your Pharah?
I haven't played Pharah since Overwatch 1, basically.
No, that's not true.
I mean, rarely play during Overwatch 2.
You have 791 hours on comp. How's your mental health going, darling? Do we need to talk about it? How's your sanity going?
Horrible.
Do we need to lock you up?
Please.
You also started as a farmer. How's the shimmy going? How's the shimmy going?
I started as Pharah. I went to May, and I'm not touching DPS anymore.
Dulce, who did you start as? I started with Baptiste. Baptiste, like main. Baptiste was my first main. I just love the French, you know? I just love the French. No, he's not French. We had this discussion. He's not French. I keep thinking he's French. He's not French. He's from, what's it called?
Haiti.
Thank you. He's from Haiti. But he speaks French. Because they speak French in Haiti. Didn't you need to be like 5 hours ago? Okay. Tá bem. For this. 9 minutes in. I'm going in. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay. Thank you for the hype train, Stan and Hoshi. Thank you so much. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Impenetrable. Gale de Mahol.
Helden. Oh!
We're kicking off with a pre-game setup.
Oh my god. I got back just in time. Jesus.
Let's get a look at our lineups.
Can't believe I got back just in time. You got back from skincare. Welcome back, darling. How's your skincare doing? Because I know you wanted more products. You need to come to Wales. I'll take you to Pure Soul. I bought... Oh my god, Chia, you missed my haul. I got new makeup and skincare today.
You want to die on Moira's watch.
Oh, you have a... Leo and Venus. That's my favorite placement. I love a Leo Venus. Conde's my Overwatch Tinder. You two can play together. I don't know what to tell you anymore. Vai jogar com ele também. Vocês os dois falam português? Go play with him if you want. I can spill the tea. Which one did I get? I got the frog. So I'm her fav. Y'all heard. I do love a Leo Venus. It's such a good placement. And funny enough, for example, I'm a Pisces Venus. I think that is one of the worst. Pisces Venus are Pisces is ruled. I'm pretty sure Pisces is. Who rules Pisces?
Welcome to the armory. Now's the time.
Okay, it's Jupiter. Yeah, that's why. But it's also co-ruled by Neptune, and Venus in Pisces is just not. It's just not a good mix. Taurus Venus is also a really good mix because Taurus is ruled by Venus. Venus Taurus is just so good. And hi Foxy, thank you for the lurk. Appreciate you. Can we get a shout out for Foxy if we have any mods in chat? Guys, go follow Fox on the undercover.
Oh my god, you moved at the wrong time.
Oh my god,
Go
what
back
is
in
it?
there.
Is that the cat thing? Okay, show me. What the fuck are you trying to show me, man? And then Venus
My
and Leo.
muscles.
What muscles?
Muscles.
Muscles. What muscles? I love the song. I don't know the lyrics. Ow.
Whooping you?
No.
Not anymore.
Fucking. Oh, get that motherfucker out of here. Oh my god, this is already sweaty. Cause all I ever wanted. Leo Venus is just such a, it's so passionate. I love it. I love that combination. And surprisingly so, a Pisces, a Leo Venus is so, what's the word I'm looking for? Loyal.
Heroes never die.
Why am I on fire, man?
Break the chains. There's a test subject. Receive my aid. Power grows.
Why is it sweaty already? Thank you so much, Bobby. No worry. Good luck with your tasks. You got this.
No mother's
Why did I do that?
cosmos. Lending a hand.
Fuck. More diff, man. Leo, the I'm over 25 now. Caprio. Leo the Capricorn. Leo's birth chart I'd be interested to see. I bet he's a Cancer moon.
Tom on shore.
I will escort the robot.
Tactical visor activated.
Why is this guy putting himself in tough situations? Babusi. Babusi.
Why isn't tank helping? Oh my god. The tank is fucking nowhere.
My essence has reformed.
Is what I need. Son, can't you hear me?
Big Stanger, surrender to your mother.
I got the tank, but I died. He has all good.
Misery made manifest.
Oh, my chunk is dead.
Receive my aid.
Oh. You are. If you guys have any Christmas songs that you want me to add to the playlist, can you put it on the Discord? Feel free. Or like on general something. Oh no.
Coming up next, we're picking up speed.
Wait.
For the payload race.
Oh, son,
What
can't
tactics
you
will the
hear
team start with this
Can you guys put it on this channel, the music channel? Just like Christmas songs that you want me to add to the list. But obviously, I highly doubt there are any songs with like really bad slurs. But just in case there are, just avoid those, please. Especially when you're singing them. I'd be helping as a tank. You need to play more Stadium. I need to install it on your... I need to go switch. Oh, this one is killing me.
Only 20 seconds left until we kick this round off.
My neck hurts. I think someone requested Last Christmas. I have Last Christmas on.
9.
I do, by Wham.
3, 2, 1.
I think it's played though already.
Games begin.
Last Christmas dethroned All I Want for Christmas on the Global Spotify chart. The way God intended. A gay man yearning for his gay lover. Instead of Mariah Carey, who loves to entertain Israel.
Their opponents hit the first checkpoint. Our team needs to fight hard to close the gap.
Is our tank scared or what?
Looks like it.
This Genji man. How did he get my ass? Oh my god, why is this tank?
Enemy turret within my sight. Surrender to your mother.
That's a bounty secured.
Ooh,
I'm gonna be on the payload.
you do that, baby.
Maybe not, because then Ash is there. I can know until Ash is out of the high ground. Never mind.
You've got a whole Christmas. Okay. Give me your best picks. Post the best picks you've got. Sorry for the already. Oh, it's still 1 minute out.
Heroes never die.
Grant me an ember from your hearts.
Meet your fate.
Tactical visor activated.
Has to rally together to catch up.
There's a test subject. I offer something more.
Wire diff, I'm not gonna lie.
60 seconds left. The opponent has reached the halfway mark.
Man.
Fudge. I cannot reach anyone to heal. Wait, got trapped too fast, sorry.
Ah,
Be nourished.
you do?
Surrender to my will.
30 seconds.
Sorry, I'm starting to get a headache and I need to go swap my...
Reformed.
Man. Why is our tank so scared?
Eyes open now.
Only 10 seconds left.
This Genji is always putting himself in such...
Surrender to your
Someone
mother.
behind!
Meet your fate. The score is 0 to 2.
Post the links in the musical channel, just like your picks.
Up next.
Oh, I love that one, especially the live version. I prefer the live version. Oh, I already have a nonsense Christmas.
Crucial.
I can add I also have I have the last two already, so I can add I can add the first two that you added. Oh my god, I can't speak. Okay, which build is Amora doing? Just a normal ability one. She doesn't have the phantasm, that's the only difference. She's doing this one. She's doing more maxed. But in reverse, that's weird.
The arena is calling. Our teams have 20 seconds left.
Which one do I want? When you die. Santa baby. Oh, my neck is hurting. They do. Oh, their voices are just, it's like, it's not like Cynthia and Ariana where their voices just merge into one, because you can still quite differentiate between one another. But it's such a good combination. It's like Idina Menzel. Actually, no, because I don't like how the original Wicked singers sound between each other. I'm sorry. I think it's too much of a vocal difference, and it's just so in your ear, if that makes sense.
Pick me.
Thank you. Ah! They're loud. If you think of it, their voices are.
You've cancelled it.
Their voices are super musical theatery. They're like. I'm sure you'd know, like, they're musical. They're trained for musical theater, so it's a very different type of voice. But just between them, oh, I wasted my orb. Just between them, I don't like the way they sound, and I think it's very much down to Idina, if I'm being honest. Hi, Holly. More a diff, to be honest. How are you, Holly? Good evening. Dolce, I'm also a Venus Leo. Hi, sexy. How you doing? And if I just say so myself, that does translate in your creativity.
Enemy turret sighted.
Be nurtured.
Tactical visor activated.
Preparing your cellular makeup.
Come on, 3-0 course. Mold my cock.
Surrender to your mother.
Bitch. Oh, fuck, man. She was feeding. I was feeding her. I think my Venus is in Aries. Let me check. You're feeling sick? Did you get the nasty flu this year? The one from this year is so nasty, baby. I hope you feel better soon. Get some strepsils in, a lot of water. A lot of water.
And the bounty's on overtime.
I'm at the height of my performance.
A golden play by Orisa. That's a bounty in the bag.
He asked for my help.
Moira diff, man.
Enemy turret sighted.
The weak can fend for themselves. Grant me an ember from your hearts.
Meet your fate.
Receive my aid. You will be relieved. Take caution. There's a test subject. Surrender to your mother.
Don't touch the lava, Genji. Genji, don't touch the lava.
The light becomes me.
Dodge.
Here's our score.
2-0 curse.
1.
You're
Look
Venus
at
Taurus.
our
Let's
stats.
have a look at our MVPs.
Fucking hell, man. But that Mur is far better than me. She's way more bold. Let me
Next up,
tell you that.
The teams are facing off.
Let me
in
tell you that.
clash.
You're slaying.
It's time for
Venus
the
Leo.
teams to
I find
consult
like
their
Venus. There. You would never look at the characteristics of a Leo as like someone, or at least I don't. I'm going to say something. I think Venus Leo, and this is not a dab, okay? This is not a dab of what I'm about to compare to. I think Leo Venus is what a lot of people have ingrained in their mind that a Taurus energy would be like. I think Leo Venus is the pure epitome of, is the best. Oh my god, how do I describe this? I think Leo Venus capitalizes on Taurus energy. And because Leos are so passionate and so full of fire, it just brings like Taurus compassion and loyalty, like literally like up here. Oh my god, wait! You guys are distracting me. This is your fault. Forgot to do the old thing, that's fine. That's my opinion. But I also love a Taurus Venus. But I think with a Leo Venus is that you have all of the Taurus characteristics, most of the Taurus characteristics, the positive ones, and you've got fire and passion on top of that, which I think is really good. And obviously, like, that just depends on person to person. But I think it's, on a neutral note, I think it's quite harmonious. It's a harmonious placement if it's not in retrograde. Does the Genji know he's supposed to counter the Moira?
I think it's the other way around.
Oh yeah, that's true.
What is it now?
Sorry, I forgot about that. Fake Moira main.
Unlocks in 10 seconds.
Taste of poison.
Feel humiliated now. That's right. I'm not deserving of top 500.
I see a hostile. Surrender to your mother.
Man, I couldn't fucking see the Orisa.
I'm resing.
I'm dead. I don't think... I think you're a great person. I don't need to look at the horoscopy to tell me that.
Torbjorn's engineering his way to greatness. Knock, knock.
Progress is seldom won with ease.
Moira diff.
Enhancing your vitals.
It was a hard fight, but they lose this round. Here's our score. 1 to 3. Some intense competition this round.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
Coming
You're a
up
mean
next,
one, Mr. Grinch.
put
It's
those
Sabrina
hands together.
Carpenter.
It's time for push.
Jolly Ho.
Now's the time for our teams to work out
Think
their strategies.
of Christmas. There you go, Alpha. Now, what the fuck is this song I added? I don't even like Paul McCartney. Why did I add this song? This is clearly not working. Okay. Catalyst. No. Bring this one. %. Nah. Sorry, chat, 1 second.
Healing requested.
The arena is
Who the fuck
ready
is this
and
bitch
waiting.
think she is?
20 seconds to go.
Who does that bitch think she is? Hey, Kaido, welcome back home. Why are you Grinch? Do you not like Christmas?
3, 2,
No, no, Queen, I'm a bitch.
capture the objective.
Our enemies are strong, but we band together.
Help me.
10 seconds until the objective's unlocked.
Oh, this fucking bitch, man.
Enemy turret sighted.
I'm being attacked. They're moving their barricade.
I'm like every time I get like a really bold motor, I realize how safe I play.
I've got med.
Now, to start anew.
Ugh. How long did we wait for this game?
Preparing your cellular makeup.
Heroes never die.
I know the fabric of the cosmos.
Enemy turret ahead. Watch it.
Greetings. Your strength becomes mine. Surrender to your mother. It's settled.
No, GG.
Strike quickly. The light becomes me. It was a good effort, but it wasn't meant to be. Wishing this team all the best in the next match.
Evolution is a painful path to walk.
Okay, I'm going to requeue and I'm going to put on my sweatshirt. Sorry, Chad, I'll be right back.
Shadow Gear.
Hello, Pookies. Was Gon singing? So I wanna know who's on the phone, making my parrot or making. What did I miss? Oh, my neck. If you see the stain, where's the stain? Let me put this out of the way. There's a stain. Thank you. It's forever ingrained. No can do. No can do. It's forever in it. It's unfortunate because this is Pandita's sweatshirt. Can't wait to nurse a bottle of rose wine. Oh. By yourself. Pissing all by yourself, handsome. Guys, time is flying. It's already Christmas Eve Eve. No, it's Christmas Eve Eve Eve. It's Christmas Eve Eve. Oh, but for you it's Christmas Eve Eve. We were having this discussion earlier because I was wondering, is it Christmas Eve Eve or is it Christmas Eve Eve Eve? But for you it's already Christmas Eve Eve. For us it's still Christmas Eve Eve Eve. Also, I need to pop a painkiller. Ooh la la, it breaks my heart. You do. Yes, Kato. My food's ready. I'm so excited for New Year's. Now that you mention it, I'm really excited. I'm going to spend it at Nina's again, and they're throwing a house party. Oh, I'm excited. And all our friends are going to be there. Can I show? May I show? Singing? I won't show the DM. I'm downloading the video. May I show? Guys, we're going to have a moment of serotonin. Provided by yours truly, Kato. Spotify is loud. I'm lowering that. Look at that baby. Oh. Oh. Mimi, you're the cutest. Mimi, can you hear me, Mimi? You're the cutest. Thank you for the banana collector, Dante. You hate Christmas, no? Why'd you hate Christmas? You want to talk about it? I know someone who hates Christmas. My mom hates Christmas, but that's because her birthday is on Christmas. He's looking. Mimi, it's me. So will. He's so cute. I love him. I hope to meet him one day. You know you can speak, right? Oh, it's Jin singing. Konda. Hold up. This is what we do when we're waiting. Oh my god, a game! Shocking.
First and foremost, the pre-game setup.
He's addicted to Pokemon. I'm not judging. I'm addicted to whatever this game we're playing is.
Now let's dive into the draft.
Overwatch, The Love in Deep Space, K-pop Demon Hunter.
That's not a game.
Not a game, still an addiction.
That didn't stop you and your boyfriend from buying me a vinyl.
This motherfucker.
We're just feeding the addiction.
Yeah, you're feeding the addiction, man. I do have one to come over. Do you think I think your mother will hate me. I think she'll be like, that's a lesbian woman. I'm not sorry, that's a gay woman if I've seen one. That's a queer one. That's a queer one if I've seen one. You don't? You know the best New Year's I had was me and my sister dancing in the rain. Were you actually, did you get ill? Did you get ill? He's looking, you just have to come over. I like Christmas. I hate that I have to spend it with family. Oh my god, the pin fucking thing doesn't come off. Can't wait to nurse a bottle of rosé wine by myself. Repose because I want attention. You deserve that. You deserve that rosé. My favorite part about, my favorite part about going back home is being with my niece. I absolutely love being with my niece. Speaking of which, yeah, that's my favorite part, is being with my niece. And then my second part is downing a bottle of Lambrushku, as we call it. I don't know, it's like white wine. Lambrushku. With my sister-in-law. Rosé is wine. Oh, sorry, I was...
I need healing. I require medical attention.
The arena is ready and waiting. 20 seconds to go.
Go ahead. I need healing.
Unbelievable.
Hola, niña.
For you.
No.
6, 7.
Yeah. Sorry, Queen. I thought you were cat. I thought you were cat. That's why I was just like, you don't drink wine. Rosé is wine. I thought you were cat.
The objective goes live in 10.
Engage those hostiles.
Lambrushku? 2 euros. Lambrushku.
Pain is inevitable.
That's maluka. You're crazy. I don't know what Lambrushku you think I'm not drinking cheap Lambrushku, that's for sure. Lambrushku is not cheap. I mean, I don't know. I've only...
Meal of wit. I offer something more. Claiming the robot. Let the push commence. You cannot escape me. Come to me. Sip for the punch. Enemy located.
Let's try something else.
Thank you.
Robots moving the
Your
barricade.
mother's kindness.
I emoted by accident!
Eyes open now.
Weak point ahead.
Sorry, they're going to be ads now.
Be nurtured.
Enemy resuscitated.
Oh, be cautious.
Hello.
For the part.
60 seconds remaining.
I'm babysitting.
Biotic healing ready for use.
Just a few more meters.
Tactical visor activated.
To be honest, it's always my sister-in-law that gets it, and she likes her fancy wine during Christmas, to be honest. I'll give her that.
Surrender to your mother.
Why is the Mercy attacking us?
30 seconds left.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
Grant me an ember from your hearts. Power grows.
Sorry for the ads.
There's a test subject.
Not the Overwatch AI slob in the form of Junkrat.
For something more. Over there.
Overtime.
My barrier is gone.
I am fully focused.
Your fate. We must stay with the robot to win.
Time for a fight. Make me proud.
Receive my
Oh my god.
Oh,
Good
from
fight,
behind.
yes.
Win this. Take back the robot.
Yep, I'm dying.
All I know is that I love a Lambrusco. That's all I know.
I've dealt
Enemy
with
on the
cynics.
Never had one in my life.
Corn is so good. It's so sweet.
Monstering you.
Pooping you.
Improvement. Your end is within my reach. You're slipping away.
Surely we don't lose
No.
this.
To start
I think we might.
join with me. A taste of poison.
Maybe not actually.
But we have to actually touch.
Help me. Surrender to your mother.
That's a bounty secured.
Tactical visor activated.
That's a bounty in the bag. Let's
Crazy.
check the standings. 1-0.
I started for this conversation. I had no idea what blue wine was. Welcome back from us, everyone.
Get ready for control.
Swear we had this conversation and had no idea that blue wine was a thing.
It's time for the teams
I don't
to
even.
consult their
I just found
playbook.
out.
Oh, there you go. To be honest, when I mention green wine to people in the UK, they're like confused. Or at least the ones I've mentioned it to. But blue wine, I was
But
confused.
green wine is a different thing. It's still green wine is still white wine. It's just a specific way of making wine.
I'm not a specialist in wine. They have a Mercy. Is it you?
Only
Is
20
it you?
seconds
No.
remain before the action begins.
You give it away.
Come get here.
there.
Stand behind me, friend.
3, 2,
Yeah.
1. Capture the objective.
I don't know, man. It just looks.
Right by you.
I love myself an absinthe. I love myself a shot of absinthe.
Taste of
Oh my god, I used to love those.
Sorry?
I used to love those.
Okay. I don't know if this is true, but I was watching Emily in Paris, and apparently absinthe had been banned of France, from France.
Yep.
In-
And
Is
a
it
lot of places
true?
in Portugal as well.
Is that true? I actually had no clue about that. I've drank absinthe for most of my life. We start early in Portugal.
I'm sorry.
I see an enemy. I have picked up my component.
A cure for all the days. go.
Fuck.
Recover your strength.
Hey,
Bothersome. A sip for the parched.
Oh, fuck, Mom.
Repairing your cellular makeup.
I'm really feeling the heat.
That's much better. Into darkness. Pain is inevitable. My apologies.
Oh my god, that mercy.
That's gonna hurt.
Despair. Hormone show.
I'm gonna die.
For the parched.
We're in overtime.
What's happened?
It was a hard fight, but they lose this round.
Fernando wasn't so bad.
Time
One.
again to try.
You can really tell who the playmakers are.
I lived near his house. You know where the museum is?
Coming up, it's time for Clash.
Yeah, he has a
Every choice
house
is crucial.
in Lisbon, and it was turned into a museum. Do you visit him? No, he's dead, darling. I visit his home though. Did you just laugh? He's been dead for a long time. Also, it's very heavily rumored, and I'm a gay Fernando Pessoa truther. I firmly believe that he was closeted. I firmly believe that he was
Slay.
closeted. Slay.
We actually talked about that at uni.
Did you?
Yeah,
The arena is
What did you
calling.
talk about?
Our teams have
Or
20
I don't remember. It
details.
was I don't remember. It was all a while ago. It was like 3-4 years ago. Yeah. I remember
You're
that
so
being a
young.
point.
I was thinking the other day, guys, I graduated in 2021.
Ew. You graduated during COVID. Ew.
I had to fail a year.
One.
I was supposed to graduate in 2020 and I failed. I had to repeat 3 what's it called?
Modules?
Yeah, 3 modules. Thank you.
The objective goes live in 10.
Lending a hand. Be nurtured.
The objective is now active.
This Ryan is pissing me off.
Feel this.
Kill me, please.
I was. But they're doing more damage than I'm here.
Yeah, it was crazy to look back and see I had graduated in
Evolution is a
2021.
painful path to walk.
Bit depressing, I'm not gonna lie. He is indeed dead.
Come to me.
His death was also very sad. I think. I don't remember how he died.
Power grows.
Kill that fucking Junkrat, man.
Until the objective's unlocked.
For the Crusaders!
Oh, he was waiting.
Repairing your cellular makeup.
The objective's online.
Trace on.
Enemy located.
Nice.
Sip for the parched.
Fucking pain in my ass she is.
Hello there.
was like, that doesn't make sense. I graduated college in our high school 2017. And also I failed a year, because in Portugal you can fail years. So I had to repeat year 9.
Kill the Mahol.
The objective unlocks in 10 seconds.
Man. I graduated from
I'm
my
actually
undergrad
tired
10
of
years
this,
ago
I
next
guess.
year. Let me get Mummy?
No opposition is insurmountable.
Tactical visor
Mummy? MILF?
Helden sterben nicht.
I found a love in me.
Oh, let's not
Fuck, man.
Score.
He died in 1935. Were you there? No, but I bet his homie was.
I can hardly believe my optics when I see stats like these. Next up, it's the payload race.
His homie definitely was. And you know what I mean.
Tactics will the teams come up with this round?
Will my homies find a bee in my funeral? Will my homies find a bee in the pit of my funeral? That's my question. I love this lip plumper. Here, chat. Here, chat. Let's be parasocial for a second. Can I perform? No. There you go. Yes, his homie. His homie. His homie. Love this song. Wait.
The arena is calling.
Fina, it's pronounced Fina for Finna. Fina B. Do you know that woman that went viral because she said about that Harry Styles concert, you better catch me, I'm Fina B in a pit. Do you know that one? Have a good night, Maisie. I Fina B in the pit. So don't you say Fina? Because she said Fina. Not Finna. Finna be in the pit? How is it? Fucking Junkrat, man.
Be nurtured. Over there.
The opposing team reached the first checkpoint.
No side effects.
It can't get much closer than this.
I got stoned. But you're coming back?
Junkrat is Australian. What was this?
Receive my aid.
I don't know where you went.
The Tracer was emoting. They're ganging up on me. Help.
No mother's kindness.
They're leaving the opponent in the dust.
ready to throw in the towel.
Oh my god, this plump's alright.
A taste of poison. Thank you.
Get along now.
My power grows.
There's one.
Our team's halfway to the finish line.
Oh my god, how much damage does this bitch do?
Helden sterben nicht.
Enemy located. You need only ask for
Absolutely running away with this race.
Heroes never die.
effective.
My duty is being done.
Cure for all the day.
Oh my god, I almost landed.
Whoa! Whoa!
Surrender to your mother.
I'm trying to keep you up so high.
Tactical visor activated.
Something more.
I'm at the height of my performance.
Your strength
They're leaving the
becomes
opponent
mine.
in the
Das Universum singt für mich.
Full for it.
Fuck.
Seconds left.
Thank you for the resting of the rest.
Into the final stretch.
Sorry.
Fabric of the cosmos. I can taste you. It's settled.
Whoa! The tank!
Dead. Hack just came back.
No, my apologies.
Gate goes hostile.
No mother's kindness.
I just cost us this game.
Grant me an end.
Nice.
Step rider.
Come to your end.
I'm with you.
How?
Oh,
I had fucking
not anymore.
orbs, man! I wanted to go for the mercy.
Overtime.
You can't stop me. I'm on fire.
Thank you, though.
You're back.
Okay, lock in. Tracer on my ass. Tracer on my
Stay
ass.
around me.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
No, you're not.
Receive my aid.
This man has no priorities, man.
Yes, Queenie.
It was a hard fight, but they lose this round. Let's check the
Time again to
standings.
try again.
1. Quite the performance from these superstars.
What happened?
Coming up next.
I was saying in Discord that I was drunk at a party once and watched Shrek 2 Shrek. Wait, Shrek 2 Shrek and
To work out their strategies.
is your head doing okay? I took painkillers, thank you, baby. And I swapped sports bras and whatnot. So I'm Gucci now. I sent a letter to you. Dreams come true. Oh yeah. No one for Christmas. Been so blue. Oh yeah. The mistletoe is what I need. Santa, can't you hear me? Woo! Best part of the party was me sitting by myself watching those. Wait, you were at a party? Oh, you said you were drunk. I don't listen to what chat says, clearly. Because yesterday someone hops in and says, I don't like Dune, but... And then I said, you don't like Dune, but... I read the message like, are you a Dune fan?
Hello there.
The teams have 20 seconds left to prepare for the round.
Someone call the ambulance.
Piece of cake.
What is happening on Discord? I have so many notifications. Queenie, you don't have to
It's the
drink.
match point. Can the team turn it around? 3, 2, 1. Capture the objective.
Kondu, I want to get to pro tonight.
Do not let them through.
Let's grind this then.
The objective
I have to wake up
unlocks in
so
10
early tomorrow.
seconds.
A taste
Here's
of
why.
poison. Lending a hand.
Can't remember, hold up. This tracer, man.
Tails. I see a hostile.
More behind me.
I'm behind you. Oh, not anymore.
I'll drink Coke. Let's go. I love a Coke and rum. I do prefer Pepsi though.
Ew.
Did you just
To be honest,
ew
I don't
me?
know the difference.
Bothersome.
I hate both.
Your pain will be your mother's kindness.
Anyone notice they took our lead. Let's pick it up. Enemy spotted.
What is it now? Atrophy.
Helden sterben nicht.
Man, this Rhine is just so all over the place. I'm gonna die here.
Unbelievable play by Moira.
Have you had Jaeger bombs before?
Time to put a stop to their efforts.
What'd you think? I love myself a Jaeger bomb. Oh, I have wild stories with Jaeger bombs.
Preparing yourself.
Oh man. I'll go crazy with the Jaeger bomb. They're quite pricey here though, it's a thing.
Surrender to your mother.
Crusaders! Spotted an enemy. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Receive my aid.
Did we win the last game?
Incredible prowess.
I don't know.
Yeah, you just forget. It's a Q time.
Oh shit.
It's everything.
Never die.
He's just diving in while it's critical and it's insane. I can't keep up. And I know he's gaining space. And this more is doing my ass in.
Only 10 seconds left.
Step right up.
Overtime.
For the Crusaders!
There's a bounty in the bag.
The Tracer deals so much damage, man.
Oscar Mike, to enemy turret.
Observing this location.
Who the fuck is behind me?
Moira.
Lending a hand.
Ah!
Fucking cool. Oh fuck, 1 second. One, two. Yep, there you go. I thought I had rest already. Fuck.
Sorry.
This freaking. I was stuck, there was nothing you could do.
I can't keep them alive. It's too much damage.
Surrender to your mother.
Too much damage.
Dude. Yeah. GG.
You hate to see it, but the team just couldn't pull through. Keep those chins up. There's always next time.
More diff, I guess.
You've done so much more healing than that.
More get off my dick. Was that from our team?
That's the enemy team. No, that's our team to their team.
Yeah, because I was just like, I play safe. I don't know. I'm not on anyone's ass. Maybe that's the problem. I love you, Chia. Chia, go sleep. Vai dormir. Vai dormir. Go sleep. I'm gonna stretch because Chia told me to. And I've hydrated. What did you say? Okay. Hope you like the kiss. I told you Tracy was she can fucking suck my dick. That's what she can do. She stays up watching Jackson Wang edits. I'm surprised she doesn't send me any to make me jealous. What the fuck? Oh my god, that's whiskey! Oh no, that's not whiskey, but it looked like whiskey. But whiskey's all white. She doesn't send me any. Who is she? Valid question. I see why. Right? Right? Exactly. Odessa. I grew up watching her, but I don't know. I can't remember where. Yeah, I grew up watching her, but I can't remember where. Night vision goggles? Do you guys hear that?
I bet he'd like that. Can Santa see?
Do you want them? You can send. If it makes you happy, you can send them, darling. Night vision goggles. Wait, no. So Jackson Wang, you fancy Jackson Wang, but my question is, why don't you fancy Leon? Guys, let's study again. Let's study physics. No, it was toward this. Oh, okay, that is so valid. Look at that. I'm studying physics right now. Kondo, if you want me to put you in another mode other than deathmatch, let me know.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna go back to studying. Hold up. I'm gonna go back to study. I don't hate you. I just don't understand. It's just, I don't understand. Look away. She does hate me though. Leon is blonde. I swear to God, Jackson Wang had a blonde face. Or am I dreaming? Or am I dreaming? What the fuck? Wait.
So yeah.
No. Huh? What is the gynecologist? What's a gynecologist? What's a guy? No one liked it. That's hilarious. A doctor that check your paw. Oh God. Oh, Miss Girl. Oh yeah, cause BB no money quit, wasn't it? I love sending. And I love the 5 minutes that I check TikTok these days, so I can check your DMs. I was baited. I thought the beat was gonna drop, and it didn't drop. Look at that face. Oh. Oh, look at that face. He's so cute. He's so cute. He doesn't exist. Skimmy! What? Oh, he's so cute. Guys, do you like my mouse, by the way? Have you noticed my mouse? It's a personalized Caleb mouse. Chia, just so you know, I can't see comments. If you send me comments. Dulce, so you have been promoted. My fault. Thank you for the 3 stream streak. How are you doing, Skimmy? The comments are the best at bed. I still sometimes I get likes on the comments I leave.
Oh my, are you a witch? Yeah. I mean, you look so cute.
I have a
love
hit
your
comment.
outfit. Can you actually record something for me? Yeah, sorry.
I have a hit comment.
Witch!
Witch! And then I commented, this is a Dragon Age. This is Morrigan, and then the other one was Alistair. This is a Dragon Age TikTok, and then I commented Morrigan and Alistair if they. Did you guys hear that? Anyways, if they didn't have mummy and daddy issues, respectively. You're okay. Oh my god, since when did you say I'm okay? Oh, you're so cute. Have you been creating havoc? See, you sent me this. Wait, not this. Why does TikTok do that? Why? I think this is a waste of money. This is a waste of money. See, I love Silas, but all that money could have gone to starving people. They're not lying. I mean, they could have donated it. I'm sure they do, but like, I don't know. The comments on the TikToks about the Earth having 2 moons with the asteroid. Wait, the comments on the TikToks about the Earth having 2 moons with the asteroid, and everyone was like, what does this mean for the werewolf community? Or I'm so mad at Katy Perry for not telling us she saw She was just there with her little. Imagine Katy Perry up in space, holding her little daisy, and she was just like looking at the 2 moons and thinking how that was going to affect the Omegaverse. Do you guys think Katy Perry reads Omegaverse fanfics? Her fuck ass daisy. You got famous? No, are you lying? You hear Ariana's impression of I did! Hold up. Hold up.
There's nothing better than watching someone who's not just a singer, but also—
Oh my gosh, just AI, man.
We're kicking off with a pre-game setup. And Katy Perry. Let's get a look at our lineups.
She's really good at impressions, man.
And Katy Perry.
Baby, your Christmas tree. Ace. Space. What? When no other space. Baby, you're a Christmas tree. When no other space.
Why would
AI.
we have a DPS choosing last and not the tank?
I don't
They're gonna
know.
choose Zarya now. What? They didn't choose Zarya. Crazy. They don't like to win.
I don't like to win. I'll play tank. Christmas tree. Sorry, chat. Hold up. Wait. What playlist should I play? Panchito! Oh my gosh, it is rigged. No one's. Only Maisie has gotten the surprise, I believe. Is that right? Or did someone else get the surprise one? Give me my other 2. Who else got it? So they have a Sigma. Oh my god, I should have picked fucking Kiriko, man. What should I play? Hey, sister, go. Hey, this is not rigged. Never mind, it's not rigged. Shut up. This is a fair system. Are you dancing? I've had babies with him on The Sims 4. Like 100 baby challenge with Santa. You got Kato. Time to play fire. Enjoy. I'm not ignoring you. Why is no one else playing along? It's just. I bet he is a freak. Duh. I think we're scaring the normies.
Ah, we have company.
Getcha, yeah, yeah, da, da. Did he call you a ho 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 in bed, man? Now, what? Why were you behind the wall? Where's our tank?
Just arrived.
I don't like a diva against a Sigma. Great, she's just AFK. Right. It's just me babysitting the diva. Alright, okay.
Hey. Let me balance you out.
Type list mid game.
Cynics before.
She was replying to you. You want me to visit? You want me to visit you in your dreams? I'll try.
Eyes open
Oh.
now. A taste
My
of
bad.
poison.
Someone's on my right flank.
Mahu.
You, yeah.
You're broken. May I?
Oh, hey, hey, hey. Wait, Alpha, which one did you get?
Overtime.
Now, to start anew.
What is happening? Our games are great. I got Shrek, but oh my god, where's Dwayne?
Looks like the win was out of reach this round.
Woo!
No,
This is so relaxing for the evening. You got Condita. Oh my god, this is rigged.
Coming up.
I need to start muting. I think Condi is going to get tired of me real quick. Yay, yay! That hurt my voice. Christina. Oh, yay, 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 yay. Gotta be nice to Santa.
The arena is calling. Our teams have 20 seconds left.
Moulin Rouge. Ooh. Creole Lady Marmalade. Ooh. Yes. If you don't give him what he wants, he will punish you.
3,
And
2, 1.
no, actually, I'm not gonna say that.
Capture the objective.
On with it.
That's what- Lol.
The objective goes live in 10.
You make me sound like a fucking sim slave, man. Jesus
Enhancing your
Christ.
vitals.
Ho,
No
ho,
one
ho.
No, my nightmares! In my nightmares, I hear ho ho ho.
I offer something more.
No, but look at me. This is the part of me that you'll never, ever, ever gonna think from me. No, this is the part of me that I don't have no heels. No, 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 no. There is sticks and stones through your body of blows, but you're not gonna kill my ass. Alright, okay, chill out, Frankie. Oh, chill, rip. He was so low.
Greetings. Misery made manifest.
Woo! He knew. But there was then and this is now. Don't look at me. No! No! Yeah.
Surrender to your mother.
Go, go, go.
Chains.
They take the bounty. And the bounty's off the board. 60 seconds left.
Cannot escape me.
I'll have back.
A cure for all the veils. I know the fabric of the cosmos.
Wait, what? I once lost my singing voice. Singing everything like you did you actually?
Receive my
So close to taking the lead.
Steps more, and the lead is ours.
Remaining.
be nurtured.
Rise right up.
My barrier is gone.
Shit, man, I'm in the tub.
Only 10 seconds left. The universe sings for Sigma.
Das Universum singt für mich.
Progress is
It was a hard fight, but they lose this round.
Away from me
Score 0.
for like 2 days. That was me when I did the Elmo impersonation. I lost my voice after we found out that
The teams are facing
found out that I don't sound like a chipmunk. I sound like Elmo. Vision goggles.
It's time for the teams to consult their playbooks.
Why is everyone... Guys, let's chill our pants. I was watching. San is watching. Oh my god, I chose the fucking wrong abilities. You all wanna be famous. Get sticky socks for Chris. Girl, I was saying when I grow up, I wanna be famous, I wanna be a star, I wanna be when I grow up, wanna see the world from the scars. Sticky, stinky. If you keep behaving like this, you will get stinky socks. I am Leah Michelle. I just asked because I saw no diff. Maybe all of you have the same problem. I am quite blind, to be honest. Santa Monica, Monica Lewinsky.
3, 2, 1.
Monica Lewinsky
Commencing attack on
is Mrs. Claus. I was like, oh god, not sticky. Oh my god, I'm just realizing what that means.
misery.
The objective goes live in 10.
You all along.
A cure for all the veils.
The objective is now active.
Do you know what? I hate that I can't suck.
Need a moment to recharge.
I hate that I can't suck.
No mother's kindness.
Suck on what now? That's the question. I hate that I can't suck May's snowball. I liked a bit in Ariana's skit on SNL and someone was like, did you have a stroke? And Ariana goes, I'll stroke you. I haven't watched it. Did she actually?
And they take the objective. Moving up to objective C.
Your vitals.
Now what are you saying fuck me for?
Break the chains.
The objective
Now, why are you saying Abedulture wants to suck May's ice ball for? I hate that I can't suck Caleb's titties. You're right. I wish I could suck on Caleb's titties. Bro likes another. Who's gonna tell her?
Surrender to your mother.
10 seconds until the objective's unlocked.
Oh my god, I'm on teeth.
Guys.
Who's gonna tell her? Did you just hear something? Was that in the game?
Time again to try again.
I've got you in my sights.
Oh my god, they barely have any heals and we're losing. Please, man. This is embarrassing.
I offer something more. What is it now?
Pocket healer. Hunting them down.
The round is in the bag. The score is.
You're right, it's hard. I tune off the screen. What is happening? Us now, it's the soldier.
When I see stats like these.
Clip?
Next up, rev those engines. It's time for a payload race.
What was the bite mark then? Speaking of which. You're right, it's hard. I turn off the screen. I like your English. Too manly. Pass. Ash, though. Wait, Dwayne messaged me. Never mind, I can't say this. Builds. Cool. I'm broke! Says, who says you're not perfect? Who says you're not worth it? Who says you're not Alright, I'll date me with Caleb from Love and Deep Space. Wait, too manly as you are drooling over. The thing is, they're not very manly. They're quite feminine in my opinion. I think Caleb and Silas are quite feminine. Also, I'm joking. I would totally smash Cass. Who do you think I am? Ariane! Ariane! Hold up, no, I was just, oh my god, Ariane, I was just about to, no, I was just about to show Caleb. What? Ariane, hi. Can we have a shout out for, are there any mods in chat? Con, to do your job.
I'm literally playing.
Con, do your job. Hello. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for the raid, Ariane. Of course, I should have known. I should have known. Oh my god, I can't heal. Hold up. I should have known. Hi everyone. My name is Frankie Dulce. You may know me as Tin's mother or his mod when I'm on a good day. It's totally not embarrassing myself right now in front of everyone. I apologize. I'm Dulce or Frankie or Milkies. I hope you guys are all doing well. Hi, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. What was I going to say? I hope you guys enjoy. Tin, can you give a shout out to yourself? I know you're a VIP. Shit. Con, can you do a job, please? Instead of fronting. How was stream? What did you guys enjoy Pokemon? We were watching. I mean, at least I was putting your stream on the side from time to time.
Still be of use to me.
Did you enjoy Pokemon? We haven't been having really good games. Teeny on raid, you got a double two. Thank you so much, you lovelies. Hot girlies raid and run, never forget. Why are we losing this, man? No. I swear I've got my ult. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting.
We need to go to that point, man.
No mother's kindness. Surrender to your mother.
Inshallah. Bitch. Bitch! Tiny peeked and I died when we killed everyone in Pokemon. Are you guys doing comp? Have you forced Tinito to start comp? Who's a known?
60 seconds left.
Man, how are we losing this?
Hunting them down.
Receive my aid.
I'll keep this
Shit. But don't forget, Raiders. Shotguns, Raider Run. If you need to go take care of yourselves, feel free, my loves. But you're welcome to stay here if you'd like. I'm playing with Condito. That's my duo. Turn on again, but without color. That's great. What is happening in chat? There's a girl in my team called Katy Perry. Can you ask her about the old Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau? Can you ask how he's doing? I am still like in shock over that relationship. Like I am truly in shock over Katy Perry dating Justin Trudeau. She was playing Ashe. Who? Oh, she was playing Ashe. Yeah. Yeah. See, I think Katy Perry would be a Mercy main. I forgot about her. I'm so one of my favorite TikTok trends of 2025 were like people going around recording them and their families and like going around the room and asking who do you think Katy Perry's dating, and they have to like take a guess at what kind of job that person had. That was my favorite thing because they would land on Justin Trudeau and being like shocked. It's so hilarious. I should have let you in. Don't you ever say I just walked away. I will always want you.
The arena is ready and waiting. 20 seconds to go.
Hold up.
I don't know how to feel about Cass with a man bun.
Smash. No, I don't like man buns. I don't like it. This whole year sounds fake, to be fair. It is the year of the snake. Also, here's Caleb. Say hi to Caleb.
3, 2, 1.
He's quite feminine.
Let's buy some boba.
No, can we win this game, please? I'll be humiliated if we don't. We need to destroy the 3-1 curse. No, we need to.
Your end is with
Oh, Condish!
Oh, sorry.
Go front of the line! Oh, fuck me, man. One may snowball and she's out of her fucking mech. Stadium games have been harder this season, I will admit. Which is good. I feel like they were too easy the last two acts. Last night I need to be the one who takes
Broke my shield, what the hell?
one
Oh, damn.
more time. Man. You are ill. Go take care of yourself. Do you have strepsils? Stop singing when you're ill. Ow.
Come to me.
No, no buts. Come on, I can't.
I cannot heal you yet.
I don't know what's up. Maybe I'm just bad at this game.
Surrender to your mother.
Bitch. Singing is life. Yeah, but then you can't sing You can't sing if you destroy your voice.
Seldom won with ease.
Group up.
It's the year of girl bossing too close to the sun. Quite literally, it's the year of shedding. Next year will be the year of the horse, which is new chapters, renewal.
Mending you.
Man. Ah.
I see a hostile.
Double? You were born on the year. I should know this because you're my son, but I didn't know that. I don't know which year I was. I think mine's the red. Mine's the red one.
No.
You hate to see it, but the team
Last
just couldn't pull
time.
through. Keep those chins up.
I avoided
There's
all of them.
always next time.
Tiger. My bad.
Let's take a look at this.
Avoid. Oh my god, I'm still in a fucking building! Well, I'm not getting to pro tonight. Oh, I need to go get an egg roll. Hold up.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is egg roll?
Yeah.
Oh. Found him. Possession begun! I can't breathe! Tá bem, já vai. Que chato.
Já vai o caralho. Pensavas falar com quem, tu?
Who do you think you're talking to? What the fuck, man? Is this how
My
you treat
mother.
your elders? You don't respect
Yes.
your own mother. You expect me to respect you when you don't respect your
You
own
abandoned
mother.
me. How do you
I
want
did not
respect?
abandon you. You're an independent man. Go live your life away from the wings of your mother. Jesus Christ. Spread your own wings, my little butterfly. Jesus. Hoshi, do you want me to just write Hoshi? Would you like me to just write Hoshi? Hoshi's fine. Okay. Who is tagging me? No, again!
Katy Perry has reacted to Ariana.
Wait, Katy Perry reacted?
To Ariana Grande doing a vocal impression of her during her SNL episode. The moment happened during a holiday-themed skit about.
Why do I feel that this is just a the AI PFP tells me everything. She's so good. Thank you for the lure. Feel better soon, Holly. I'll be giggling in silence. Please go rest, my love. What are you doing with the names again? I'm putting them inside Egg Roll's bum. And then next week I think I'm gonna stream on the 30th, I think. So I'll come back on the 27th. I should be streaming on the 28th. I want, to be honest, I want to stream 3 days in a row. As much as I can. Then on the 30th, on the last stream of the year, I'm going to pull a name out of Egg Roll's bum. And then whoever wins, whoever gets the name picked, will get a free sub or can gift a free sub to someone else. Or if they already have a sub, we can wait a month. They'll have to cancel their membership, their subscription. And then we'll wait the month and then I'll give them the sub. That's what's gonna happen. And the same thing goes for the blind box. If you pull the secret, excuse me. Actually, I should do this. If you pull the secret, or you complete your, well, in order to complete your thing, you'll have to pull the secret either way. If you get the secret, I'll gift you a sub. If you get the secret blind box, I'll gift you a sub. It's the same thing, same premise, I think. Just more opportunities with the blind box. Which, to be fair, I think I should make the blind box more expensive because there are more opportunities. I can already hear the screaming. I can hear the screaming. No, Frankie, don't make it more expensive. More expensive because there are more opportunities. No. No, I
You
won't.
really
I won't.
agree with inflation that much.
I won't do it.
Wow.
I mean, guys, I'm not made of money. The money comes from me. And I'm not made of it. I can't go around gifting everyone free subs. I love you guys, and I think this is cute enough. You know, I'm joking. No, I think because there's 1 in 12 chances of getting. I think it's 1 in 12 of chances of getting the secret blind box. So I think that's hard enough. So no, I won't. I won't do it. And the whole thing of going inside egg roll's bum is that I sleep with egg roll. So you guys will. It's the whole playing around with the parasol. I'm joking when I say this, by the way. But I get to sleep with you guys when your name goes inside the egg roll bum. There you go, Hoshi. I'm broke already. Don't worry, I'm broke IRL and she wants to make me broke even on Twitch. Lovely. Man, it's free money that you get. We are so unlucky. Whoa! That's not my fault. Do you guys see anyone else gifting free subs to their community? Do you?
There's
Shoved
2
it in
other
there.
people in here waiting for stadium support.
How'd you know?
Tell Jesus
Because we
that the
talked.
bitch is back. I was in the 212. I'm the uptown A nigga. You know what's up or don't you? Word who made ya? I'm a rude bitch nigga. What are you made of?
Face card never declines, my god. Eat it. Eat it. Eat it, eat it, eat it. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Make a bummy heated. Make a pretty girl talk that shitty. Whisk it till I'm tipsy. Glitter on my kitty. Pull it coolly down, down, down. My pretty. Bad, bad bitch. You make a bad bitch glitchy. Fine, fine, fun, fine, fun, fine, fine, fine. Liberated, living like we ain't got time. Yada, 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 yada. Yada, 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 boom, boom, ka. Blessing on my ass. Blessed on my ass. Fan me quick, girl, I need my dress. Fan me off, my wrist goes click. Dimples on my hips. Guess what? Stretch marks on these tits. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. How cute do you think? Welcome back from us, everyone. No one's sending me TikToks. The fuck is this?
Let's get started. We don't have a lot of time. Oh, I thought this was an hour. No, it starts at 3 and it's
Thank you so much for the lurk. Thank you so much. Have a lovely night, Hoshi. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week.
Okay.
Enjoy your time.
The first rule of dance of great
Why is she laughing?
is fast, 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 slow.
Sorry, what does that mean?
Watch her spin. I think I have. She does it with the pants, doesn't she? With the trousers. Thank you, Hoshi.
Not really.
What? It's so
Enjoy it with your family, my love.
fast, slow. It's cocaine, then red wine. Like this. Cocaine, cocaine, cocaine. Red wine, red wine.
Hello?
Exactly, Deniston. Now you get a kiss on the forehead.
Thank you.
See, here's the thing. It's not. I don't laugh at SNL jokes a lot. Sometimes I find them funny, but most times I don't find SNL funny.
I'm Twinkle Butter.
We've got some ground to cover before we get into the
I
action.
love her more than gumdrops, but this year they...
Should I quit, Moira? It's clearly not working.
Now let's dive into the draft.
And how are you getting along with the cat?
Bad.
As you can see, it
Okay, but her Home Alone skit was really funny. Go, Anna. I can't play Anna.
It's not.
I can't play Anna. It's the thing. Colin, do you play Anna?
Both the same time.
At the same time.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Yeah, and
It's
then
good.
so we
But
would
it
shoot.
feels like there's years apart
Yeah.
with just, you know, in terms
She
of your
lost her voice
performance.
alright.
It's just
Jesus
some days you
Christ.
would be shooting for number 2, and some days you'd be shooting for 1.
She really lost her voice. I don't want to cry. Wakaba Higuchi is retiring. No, I don't want to like that shit. Anyways, we're in. Ew, Jeffree Star. Ugh, disgusting. Kondu, what did I tell you? Dead cowboy. Yeehaw. I'm always losing. I love Goannas.
Locked in their lineups, and the games can finally begin. It's time for stadium.
Oh my god, a German. Is that German? No, that's not German. That's not the German flag, man. What flag was that?
Time for our teams to work out their strategies.
Colin, what flag was that? Help a girl out.
Belgium.
Thank you. I do get them confused, to be honest. I'm like European American, I'm not gonna lie. Dwayne, we were asking for you earlier. Save a horse, ride a cowboy. I say as I play red. I can't. Okay, chat, announcement, chat. Red Dead Redemption 2 will be free from the 30th or the 31st of December on Epic. You are ill, my love. Did the nap help?
No.
All right, Kunt. Don't answer for my friend, please.
The arena is calling. Our teams have 20 seconds
Ah,
left.
met. I'm telling
Ew.
Rai. Okay.
The way you said that was disgusting.
What was?
You sound like a man.
What did I say?
I can protect you.
I did a scream to a deaf person once. I didn't know. And then she made me signs. Which scream?
2, 1.
Which scream, mon amour?
Barrier initialized.
Mon amour? I think he made my temperature get hotter. Do you have the heating on? I mean, you're in America. I assume you do. Are you taking anything, Pumpkin? Please don't be ill. My nose is itchy. My nose is itchy.
I cannot heal you yet.
Oh, the alphabet scream. I shouldn't be laughing, but that's kind of funny.
I'm fucked.
That is kind of funny. My nose is itchy. Okay, and Dwayne, please go eat, my love, and stay away from me because I will scream. Not because you'll give me the flu. I've already had the flu and all of that. I'm fine. But because I will scream and I will worsen your fever.
The weak can fend for themselves. Receive my aid. Repairing your cellular makeup.
This is why I don't do bold things. It never works. You're eating a sandwich? Which sandwich? You're making me hungry because I didn't eat a lot for dinner. I don't have a lot of groceries left because I'm going away in 2 days. So I've pre-cooked and I don't have a lot.
I'm sorry.
So I've been very hungry because I'm not eating a lot of portions. Just enough to remain in my calorie deficit.
My condition is improved. Big Styler.
My god, I thought you were Lucio, man.
What is that bullshit?
No mother's
She has so many shields. Well, GG's.
Setting out the welcome mat.
Surrender to your mother. A cure for all the tales. What is it now?
Ow, why am I on fire? Fire, pins on fire.
Sick for the parched. Misery made.
Fire, pants on fire.
Be nurtured.
Ooh, turkey and cheese is a nice combo. I did like turkey when I ate meat. That's my duo! I laughed and stated feeling bad. My friend was laughing so it was that was I think the person would have found it funny too. No?
It's time for the teams to consult their playbooks.
Safe travels. I'll try. I have watercolors. Watercolors? Yeah, I got new watercolor brushes. And then I've got the book that Soy Soy gave me for the watercolors. And then I have preloaded Caleb fanfics uploaded to my Kindle. And then I've got the book I'm currently reading. And then I've got the new book I bought, which I think you would love this book, Dwayne.
Only 20 seconds
Shit. Wait.
begins.
I think you would love this book. It's about the I think the Bosnian War in World War One.
Commencing attack on objective B.
Ow.
It is. Ow. It's a pitch. It's a Con, shut up. I'm so glad you didn't hear it. Oh my god, I have something on my fucking nose. It's like a hair. What the fuck is shooting me?
The objective is now active.
I don't have packs.
You're broken. May
I
must recharge. Hold on. Sick for the parched.
Oh fuck.
Fuck, I'm dead. I think I showed them.
Time
I
again.
think I was talking about you when I showed them. I'll show you in a second. Foxy! Am I? Man, we've been having bad games. I think it's to substitute. I think it's like a swap-a-roo of the fact that we had good games yesterday. How's your night going, my love? Are you all ready for Christmas? Ooh, Christmas.
I canceled. Oh, go, go.
That is so good.
Nice.
And they take the objective. We're advancing to objective B.
But yeah, we've been having really bad games tonight.
The objective goes live.
This ends.
Kato, you're the Junker Queen on the other team.
Careful, we're outnumbered.
We are well touched.
We are some for each some.
We need to stay alive until tank comes to us. I don't have
I
packs.
can't.
I gave him my last pack.
You need to
Okay,
touch man.
okay. Yeah.
A cure for all the days.
You reckon you can do it?
No!
Let's check the standings. 1-1. I can hardly
Ah!
the optics when I see stats like these.
You got work tomorrow?
Coming up
You at least have a few days off throughout the week. Argue with my brother, because of course you gotta do that.
time for the team
You just have to do it. Was it like a serious argument? You ready for Christmas? I am buzzing for Christmas. I'm going to be spending with my best friend and her family. My build sucked ass this round.
I didn't make him enough money. I need 3k more.
I'm sorry, Pukioki. Ah! She is so hot. Her and Savika, like Savika right here, and Joker Queen right here, and me right here. It was such a stupid argument. Like, he's just being butthurt about shit for no reason. And how does he feel to be the superior sibling?
before the action begins.
Have you thought about that? Have you thought about that? How does he feel to be the superior sibling? Like, knowing you're not getting butthurt over a minimal thing. Have you thought about that? Let's fuse that into a different type of energy. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm joking. I don't know your brother. 3, 2, 1. All right, cunt. Tomorrow work is and then no work is still. That's good.
10 seconds until the
Who cooks in your family? Cunt, do no typing.
I'm not. I'm waiting for the fucking tank to go fast.
I don't know. I just go in.
I don't. Fuck! I already packed him so much.
He's burning, man.
Such grievous wounds. I must recharge. Hold on.
Cool, calm, and collected.
Enhancing your vitals.
Okay. Can you come back?
Grant me an ember from your hearts.
Help.
That's much better.
We Gucci, we Gucci.
Thank you for the lurk, Kato. You're lurking because you're playing. You're the other. Oh no, it's Kaito. I thought it was Kato.
Now exceeds our own. Barrier unsuccessful.
The games today are bad, man. Maybe today is the day I play Kiriko on Stadium.
Surrender to your
Terrible alt. Terrible alt. Some packs would be nice.
You full health.
How? Have fun with the bunnies. No, you got this. Go take care of your bunnies. That's my alt account as Mermaid Melon. Então, boneca, queres
No
curtir?
opposition is insurmountable.
Oh my god, it is Cairo. I didn't even realize it. Can't believe I lost my driver. My drive.
30 seconds remaining.
This ends now.
Torbjorn's engineering his way to greatness.
Get her ass.
10 seconds left.
Enhancing your almost there. We must take the lead.
Lettuce.
Overtime.
Urination. There's a test subject.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die, man. I can't get to you.
Hurry. Looks like the win was out of reach this round. Let's check the standings. Let's have a look at our MVPs. Coming up.
Yo no soy ni
we're
você tu
picking up
biscochito.
speed with a payload race.
Sorry guys, I forgot to put Spotify on.
The teams are gearing up. Every choice.
I don't like
is
this
crucial.
playlist. I'm going to put on Soy's playlist. Sorry, Soy. If I wasn't warm. I will be putting on her playlist. Boom, boom. I was a ghost, I was alone. Huh? Do I jam? Huh? Guess okay. Ba-dum. I'm so broke. I couldn't find my own place. Call
Only
the
20 seconds
breakfast
remain
chat,
before the
cause I
action
got
begins.
too wild. But now that's how I'm getting paid. Cause I'm cheating on stage, I'm done hiding. Now I'm shining like I'm born to be. I just fried croque. Oh, bolas de queijo, coxinhas e pastéis de camarão. Oh my god, I walked past a Portuguese bakery today and I didn't go in. I did not go in.
A taste of
Please, you're making me hungry. Oh my god, I'm hungry. Oh my god, I'm hungry. Now I'm shining like I'm born to be.
The barrier has fallen.
Be nurtured.
So we're born to be. You know we're gonna be golden. We're gonna be.
Girl of Margot.
To wake up and feel like me. Put this
I just-
patterns all in a bed. It's too much damage. No more hiding, now be shining like I'm born to be. Bolas de queijo are really good. They're like cheesy bread, Chad. For those that don't. We're going up, it's our moment. I want cheesy bread.
Our team needs to fight hard.
Up, our voices. Why is our tank putting himself in like the trickiest position like ever? I say this as I put myself in front of a Lucio and a Sojourn. Oh, our time, no fears, no lies to
Enemy
it.
here.
Rally to me!
A sip for the parch.
Our team has to rally together to catch up.
You're all set up.
The bounty's been claimed.
You need only ask for my help.
Get her!
Oh my god, I need healing, I need healing, I need healing.
Does anyone care
Stop
about
walking.
Thank you.
the payload?
Big Stangerlat.
It can't get much closer than this.
Oh shit. too much damage.
Wow, today is rough.
Into the final stretch. 60 seconds remaining.
No
Both
opposition
teams
is
are
inside.
racing down to the wire.
That's okay. Oh my god, my nose is so itchy. Oh my god, my nose is so itchy.
Our team needs to fight hard to close the gap. Behind you.
Pax? Pax?
Sorry, I wasn't there yet.
Setting out the welcome map. 30 seconds left.
Are all the good players coming to play stadiums?
Surrender to your mother.
Here's our score. 1
Is that what's
to
happening?
3. You
Which is
can
fair
really
enough.
tell who the
We need a
playmakers
challenge,
are.
but like, Jesus Christ.
Up next, get ready for control. It's time for the teams to consult their playbooks.
Kiriko would have been so good here for the clans. Knockback resist. You can go your own way. Go your own way. I always forget to use the gadgets. I don't see it. I never use the gadgets. I always forget about the
refuse.
fucking gadgets. Always. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, my nose is so itchy. I know I added it. Didn't I? Yeah, it was me. I added it. I added it to her playlist.
Only
Oh my
20
god, I
seconds left
have
until
like
we kick this
hair
round
on my
off.
nose and it's annoying me. You can go your own way. Go your... How is Alusha doing 20,000 healing?
He's doing an ump it up build for sure then.
We're at the match point.
I feel like I'm playing
The team
as
needs
more
to give it
so
their all
badly
to make
lately.
their comeback.
Maybe I need an Overwatch break.
3, 2,
How dare you.
1. Capture the objective.
When he played in an ad and I sung it and the ad froze.
Eyes
What do you
open
mean?
now.
The barrier cannot withstand much more. Barrier has been overwhelmed.
The objective goes live in 10.
He also has fucking like shields and then they have the burn.
Lending a hand.
The objective's open.
I'm under attack.
The barrier is weakened. The barrier has fallen.
My whip got cancelled by the fucking Suzu, man.
Ruination is imminent. Expect the unexpected.
The Deadlock Gang set their finest for that play.
Receive my aid. Can you feel this?
Behind you, behind you, behind you.
All the tales.
He has so many shields. This is why I can't take care of him, man.
My condition is immune.
Lucio has so many shields. Ah!
They will learn pain, only glimpsed in myth.
Go your own way.
No mother's kindness.
Such a beautiful voice, Frankie. Wow. Amazing. Beautiful. Fuck you and you escurachá, meu.
I
Oh.
offer something more.
Time for the reckoning.
Away. to your mother. I know the fabric of the cosmos.
Espresso, moving that down, left, right, oh, switch it up like Nintendo, so you can sleep, baby. I know that's me espresso.
Great minds are always persecuted.
It was a good effort, but it wasn't meant to be. Wishing this team all the best in the next match.
That was my last game.
That's me done for the game.
Oh my god. Huh.
Play of the game.
Fuck this Ash. Now he's thinking about me every night. Oh, I don't even have a fucking blind box or whatever. Thank you so much for the game, Scondito. I
Thank you for having
appreciate
me.
you. Anytime, my love. Have a
Hi.
good night. Bye.
You too. Bye bye.
What a day, Chad. Oh, now we're ads. We're going to raid out, I think. Oh, it looks good. Have rest now. Who do you think you are? Neck is far better, darling. Neck is far better. We'll go and say hi to Dreamers. They're streaming. There's also Didzia and Becca is on. What the fuck is... Hassan is watching his old VODs? Nerd. Nerd. Who do you think I am? Who do you think I am? Who do you think I am? Now he's thinking about me every night. Oh, welcome back from ads. We're gonna read out Chad. Yeah. What a night. I'm really sad I'm going to have to take this makeup off. I'm really like enjoying my makeup tonight. And I'm like really sad that I'm going to have to take it off. Wash it off, I mean. You tell me to rest all the time. I know, baby. Can't wait for us to play Red Dead Redemption, though. I'm really excited for that. I'm really excited for that. And for us to go back on Fortnite. Although I have to update it, and I'm scared. I had already updated and then I didn't play. I hope you take your... No. No one touches my face. That's the thing. Sorry. Sorry. No touchy face. Wait. No touchy face. Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. That was the last stream before Christmas, actually. I don't know if I'll be streaming tomorrow. I had the idea. Something popped up to my mind and I was just like, what if I streamed myself getting ready and getting my nails done? I bet if it was Caleb, no. I'm very picky. I'm very picky about my... You can touch my hair if you want. His whole thing is that he learned how to do hair in order to do main character's hair. That's really sweet. But no, I'm very picky about my skin. Very, very picky. And also just weird people touching my face. I don't like it. Don't like it. You're cute. You're cute. I was just like, should I get ready tomorrow and stream? And like do my nails? I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow. I think I've done my 2 daily streams. And then I'm back on the 27th, which is when? I don't even know when that is. That's on Saturday, so I'll stream on Sunday. Yeah, I'm very tired. I'm so sorry, Chad. I woke up really early today, and remember, we streamed until late last night, like really late. At least for me. And then I stayed up until like 1 a.m. and my head hurts so much. What's crece? Anyways, thank you so much for being here tonight, my loves. We're gonna read out to Dreamers. Thank you so much, Alpha. Good luck tomorrow. Is it tomorrow that you guys are going to try again with your puppies? Good luck. You got this. It will just take time. It's fine. Patience is a virtue. Excuse me, sorry. Let's go raid our Dreamers. You guys can wrap up for the night. Well, for the day. For Queen. And my Aussie friends. Raid. Wait, no. Shout out. Dreamers. Also, my parents. Ooh. Do you guys have anything fancy planned? That is so sweet. How long have they been together? How long? Oh, I love a wedding anniversary. It's so sweet. I love love. I'm so cheesy. I love love. My dad has something Oh, I can't. Will you tell us all about it next week? 29 years! So it's going to be the 30th? That's nearly as old as I am. Just for the record, that I mean, you're also 27. That's nearly as, oh my god, that's almost as old as we are! Cute! Everyone, have a lovely night. Love you to the moon and back. Thank you so much for yesterday and for today. I don't have a lot of time, but I hope if you celebrate Christmas, and even if you don't, I hope you have the most amazing holiday season. I'll be seeing you on the 28th when I'm back from Nottingham. Enjoy your time. Be safe first and foremost. Be safe, because I know. Anyways, I don't have time. I love you. I'll see you on the other end. Don't forget to rate messages. Bye. Bye-bye.